everybody. It is 6 o'clock. It is Friday night, and that means it is time for Dragons and Things. Hooray!
Yay!
Hearing noises. We've done it. We've done it, everybody. We made it. You know, there's this feeling right before we go live because we got the countdown over here, and it's like, you know, during the week I worry about whether I've prepped enough or whether the adventure is going to be any good or, you know, how things are going to go and the pacing. And then you get to this point where you're live and it's like, well, it just doesn't matter anyway. You just play the game because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're doing it now. You know, once you get pushed off that cliff, like, what can you do? You just go. And it's kind of actually freeing in a way. Like, you get to this point where it's just happening. You're on this ride with me, whether you like it or not.
Whoa.
Pretty sus.
It's pretty sus, I hear. That's right. I know that for many, it has been a stressful week. So now we get to play some Pathfinder. We get to hang out.
Yeah.
We get to drink some wine.
Oh, I want
We
wine.
get to...
I have tea.
bourbon.
I have
Oh,
tea.
bourbon. There we go. All right. So I have some mint tea. Yeah.
Always water.
I've got tea.
Good job, Nathan. Yep.
It is that part of the year where for the next probably 6-7 months straight, I will be continuously drinking tea, nonstop. I will not stop. That's just how it's going to be. That's how I like to live my life. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot else to ramble about, so I guess we'll just play Pathfinder.
Yeah, we're gonna be heroes. Woo!
All right, everybody. Ooptsy is doomed. Ever since destroying the necrosphere in a heroic dive from the bell tower of Felfang Manor, he has been afflicted with some terrible curse that can only be the lingering darkness infecting his soul from the necrosphere's violent destruction. The healers all agree that he's lucky just to be alive, but none have been able to lift the darkness that hangs over him. His skin is pale, his eyes sunken. He is often racked with terrible spasms, and even the slightest injury seems to cause him great pain. For those of you who have traveled with this goblin champion over the past several months, it is shocking to see a resilient and vigorous companion brought so low. HEI specialists have tried all manner of healing, curse-breaking, and enchantment-banishing methods, but no effort has restored him. At present, you are all gathered with Ooptsy in one of the HEI conference rooms. Babs, the healer, is there, and several other HEI administrators. Your task is to brainstorm new methods of helping Ooptsy. Babs shakes her head sadly, seeming to be genuinely upset to see Ooptsy so ill, but it's clear that she's reached the limits of her own power in trying to help him. There is a long, pregnant silence as the conversations go quiet. You're all looking around at one another, but no one seems to have any other ideas. And then the flower on top of Peepa's head shifts as some of the leaves part and a small pixie face pops forward with a big grin. MoonDustGlitterVioletSparkleWishes rises up into the air with a flutter of her wings and announces that she knows just what to do. What do the rest of you do?
I'm so excited.
We listen to MoonDust.
Comments!
Oh, okay, she says comments. Okay, we're listening to MoonDust.
We read comments.
Reading some
It's the only way to save him.
That's the only thing.
This is
Only
true.
these comments can lift the curse.
Jason Kim asking already, did someone say sus? Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're all sus here.
You're
It's you,
sus.
Jason. It's you.
Mm-hmm.
There's a big back and forth of what team is best. A lot of people are Team Water in the
Oh.
chat right now. We
High
have some
five.
Diet Dew. So I think everyone should just be commenting what team you're on because
Team Whiskey. Nathan.
Scott Denuso says, at Alex Rogue, so Diana, is a good girl. She doesn't drink the devil juice. Excuse you, Scott Denuso. The very last time I saw Diana, she actually asked me for a glass of wine, and I was like, wow, look at you. I'm
You
batting.
guys, Gary Bones is in chat.
Hi,
Gary
Gary.
Bones.
Hey, Gary Bones.
Gary. love
Sarah
Gary.
BC1 saying, wearing my Team Jim Jam shirt doesn't mean I'll give him anything.
I get it. You know.
Wow.
the only thing she's gonna throw at Jim is some shade, apparently.
Mm.
It's already in darkness. There's enough of it.
Now, there's a very important thing that's just happened because Sarah BC1 gifted Mama Jim Jam, my own mother,
Aw.
a sub,
Aw.
and that caused her to become the bit boss. So
Nice.
her next decision is going to greatly affect the rest of my life. It'll be an incredibly impactful moment.
Anyone but
Who
your
she
son.
decides to give that hero point to.
Anyone
You
but
gotta
Jam.
remember that I'm doomed.
Oh my gosh.
goodness.
And NSP Base P says, Moon sus glitter violet. Sus wishes.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Moon sus. I like it.
Aside from that gifted sub to Mama Jim Jam, Michael R. Vander, my dad has resubbed for 25 months.
Yay!
Ernka has resubbed for
Yay.
8 months.
Dad, Jim Jam.
Dark Knight coming in with a $5 donation to give an edge to Katie. No killing Katie, Jim Jam. And I'll have you know that no matter what happens tonight, I will not kill Katie. MoonDustGlitterVioletSparkleWishes is a totally different story.
You cannot kill MoonDust.
Loopholes.
He is a staple.
Crossbones has also given $10. 2 edges for Nathan.
Wow.
He doesn't need them.
you.
I mean, I almost killed him the last time he
You
played,
know-
so.
I'm on Team Impa my head because I love that Ooptsy was doomed and they're worried about Katie.
Well,
Whoa.
Mama Jimmy Jams gave it to her kid.
That was a great. I love you,
That's
Mom.
so
Very
sweet.
sweet. Very
Thank
sweet,
you
Mom.
for the hero
Ooh.
point.
But Scott Denuso
Yeah.
is gifting a bunch of subs to a whole bunch of people. Thank you, Scott.
That's fantastic. I know that we broke 600 recently, and then we dipped under 600, and it does look like we're on track to keep up with that 600 mark. So that's pretty exciting.
Yay.
Did you
That
just
is.
see what your dad wrote in chat?
I did not. Let me see. Let's see. Not trying to shill too hard, guys, but GameStop is selling Twitch e-card for 20% off. That is the most my dad thing I have ever seen on a stream.
Love it.
I love it.
Nightbot didn't think it was
So
spam.
we also got we just got a donation from Lamar the Con guy. He donated
Lamar.
$30. Says sync for the party
Whoa.
because F-bomb Jim.
Hey.
Ooh.
Wow, Lamar does not recall.
Wow.
Thank you, friend.
Wow, Lamar.
Under
What
my
did you do
power
tonight?
the next couple of weeks.
We're feeling that love from the Con Chaka.
All right, guys. You know what? It's time. It's time to play some Pathfinder. It's time for Moon, Dusk, Glitter, Violet, Sparkle Wishes to tell us what the heck. I mean, you've got this idea. You can see that the other administrators in the room are now like, their eyes are wide. One of them is just shaking their head, puts a consoling hand on Ooptsy's shoulder. MoonDust Glitter Violet Sparkle Wishes does not seem to notice any of this, or at least isn't affected by it, because she's got a plan.
Hey guys,
Hi.
Mm,
We need some help.
what's going on?
Well, look at Ooptsy. He's not the right color, and he almost died for eternity.
Did you try hugging him really hard?
I don't want to touch him. No offense, Ooptsy.
Because usually
Please
when
save you
someone's
from
not
zombies.
feeling good, you just hug them and then they feel a lot better.
Oh, I didn't try that. And Rias walks over and gives Oopsie a hug. Is it working,
Dylan
my
pops
little
out.
friend?
Someone pops out. You see this
You're
tiny
all
little lizard
alone.
head between us.
Well, what else have you tried to do?
Well, my aloe doesn't seem to be working, so I don't know.
Wow, it seems like you need some like really powerful magic or something. Well, you know what you could try? We could go visit somebody that I know, and visit a place that is all about rainbows and sparkles and the importance of kindness. Does that sound like something fun we should do?
MoonDust, you suggest that all the time, but how do we know it's actually going to work?
Well, because look, I went to unicorn school and look at me. I'm happy and I spread happiness wherever I go. So maybe if we can take Ooptsy to unicorn school, you can meet with someone that I know there and they might be able to help you.
Smother him with happiness. That sounds good. And Rias makes like happy faces.
I just know that
Not
there's
working.
this most beautiful and wonderful wonderful and magical person who's really good at like healing things. Her name is Uridano, and I think that she'll be able to help Ooptsy. And if not, at least we'll have a fun adventure back to Unicorn School.
That kind of sounds like fun. Oopsie, would you be up for that challenge?
Oopsie like little new guy.
Okay.
Last time, good fun. Almost died from Rog.
What about you, Hawk? Even though you never seem to smile at all.
Thank you. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't think we've been properly introduced. Are you are you purple glitter fancy sparkle I met that one?
I'm MoonDustGlitterVioletSparkleWishes.
Oh. For all I know, that's what I heard last time. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah. So I mean that could work for me, I guess. Oopsie, are you strong enough to make that journey?
He takes a second, looks around. You see a glint of an idea get in his head. It's like, Oopsies could travel, but maybe need help riding that dog.
I think maybe for this one time to help out my friend, and hopefully so that he never asks for it again, you might be able to commandeer Ajax. However, you probably aren't going to be able to drive him. It's going to be more of a riding as he goes where I go. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Oopsie drive Hawk. Got it.
What? Hawk? What dog? Now I'm confused. Do you think you're climbing on top of me, like on my shoulders?
No, we get on the dog,
Okay, yeah.
and then
Just making sure.
I tell you where to go. You follow little new guy.
Yeah.
Does that mean we can go? We can go to Unicorn School?
Well, where is it? I mean, you've never really actually told us where to go.
Okay, it's really, really easy to get there. Anyone could go. So all you have to do is close your eyes.
Right now?
Yes.
Is everyone ready?
Close
Like-
your eyes.
It's not a walking thing?
Just close your eyes
Okay.
and think. I said close them.
Ajax, I don't know if you understand this command, but close your eyes.
I want you to think of the one thing in the whole wide world that makes you the happiest.
Pickles.
It could be the ocean, or it could be your family, or it could be your
I don't
best
have a family.
friend,
Oh.
or it could be flowers,
It's
or
just
it could be
Pickles.
me, because I bring a lot of happiness. Okay, so do you have it?
Mm-hmm.
Oopsie has
Okay.
pickles.
Now open your eyes. Your happiness, love, and your internal sparkle shall guide your way. That's how you get to Unicorn School.
I thought we were going to be there when we opened up our eyes.
No, you have to follow your happiness and love and internal sparkle.
Oh.
You can't just follow you.
I mean, I follow my happiness and love and internal sparkle, so I guess if you follow me, yeah,
That's
that works
called
too.
transitive property.
Keepa's gonna start looking through her like vines and leaves for sparkles.
Whoa!
His
holy
tongue kind of
moly.
comes out and tastes the air.
Jim Jam,
Ah.
Sarah BC1
Hmm.
has
What did she do?
just made us all seem more sus than her. She just gave a mercy for the table, a sink for Jim, and 2 wild.
Oh
wolves.
no!
Sarah won!
Ooh,
Always coming in with the loudness.
Two
Oh,
wild
no.
men.
Oh, Sarah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, goodness. Well, if we've got random wild magics in play, why don't we go ahead and figure out who's going to be getting them? Who's going to be hit with some wild magic? Whoop. All right, 5. That's going to take us 1, 2, 3, 4 people.
The Diana.
Oh no!
Yeah.
What you get for not hugging Oopsie?
Well, to be
Doesn't got
fair,
wild
your
magic.
entire skin looks really weird right now. But she does thank you.
And then.
Oh no.
And then.
What? Who?
I rolled a 3.
Oh!
Someone's internal happiness and sparkle is about to get pretty wild.
Oh no.
Oh, goodness. Why don't you both roll me
Oh
a
god.
4?
Okay.
2.
2. Okay.
1.
1. Okay. This is one that we've used a couple of times, but I've kept it around because there were so many different manifestations that it could take. And I think that it would actually be fun we're going to take it off the board by having it strike twice. We're going to go through all the permutations of this very special wild magic. Become the monster. Both MoonDustGlitterVioletSparkleWishes and Peepa begin to change. They begin to transform. In the Zoom chat, I am going to drop links to your new character sheet.
No.
The first one is going to be for MoonDust, and we can see what she transforms into.
Shoot. I gotta figure out how to pull up my Zoom again.
Where's my?
Oh, there it is.
There we
Be
go.
different characters?
As long as I'm cute looking and not like a statue.
Well,
Oh,
so MoonDust GlitterVioletSparkleWishes, this is your creature that you are going to turn into.
What's
And
wrong
you can
with
go ahead.
you, Jim Jam? You're a monster.
You can go ahead and tell everybody what you got.
what did you get? I can't see my other screen. What did you get? Katie!
I want a do-over. Can I quit?
Nope.
I'm gonna click. Oh,
The
that's
second
mine.
link is for Diana, and it is not really a cute creature, I'm afraid.
I don't know how to pronounce that. Yeah, what?
That is a
Dinosaur!
Pachycephalosaurus. You become a dinosaur.
What is Katie?
That's the one with the head that lines up and they ram
The Friar
things.
Tuckosaurus.
All right, you ready to hear what I am?
Mhm.
This is awful. Jim made me a Spriggan bully. So I'm a bully who prefers to take live prisoners in fights, but to torment and abuse them.
Oh, that's awful.
Now, for the both of you, your personalities remain the same. Your mental acuity remains the same. So you don't actually become. However, I would imagine that as a pixie, you're well versed in Spriggan lore and who Spriggans are, and they're probably the exact opposite of who you've always thought yourself to be. Because they're mean and nasty, and they never hug anyone.
Wow, that was really low. Harsh.
So am I not a pixie anymore? Am I big?
You are not. Today, you're a Spriggan bully.
But I'm going to
It's a rough go. It's going to be tough. You're going to have to convince all the
Oh
people
my
to know that
god.
it's really
Does
you.
Bartimus want to play?
Katie just wants to leave the stream.
He said Bartimus will come play.
Oh.
Oh, that's funny.
This is beautiful.
What happened?
I don't know, but I've got like weird skin.
Why am I so big? And
Me
I can't
too.
fly anymore.
You both got so much bigger.
Is this someone's happy thought?
No. I was thinking of MoonDust.
Do you think somebody cursed us?
Oh no.
Whoever they are, they're not very nice. Because they cursed me into not being a very nice person.
Well, you still have the same personality, my little friend. It
not
seems like this is a
little
type of magic that we've dealt with before.
Oopsie drive dinosaur. He died. Oh, oopsie. Oh.
Yeah, you should
If
probably-
dinosaurs can roll their eyes, she rolls her eyes and then bows her long neck and head down and goes, "Get on."
Oopsie drive dinosaur.
You did save me after all.
Hawk looks at Ajax and is just like, well, I guess we dodged that one.
Yes, just so you know, the Pachycephalosaurus is a large creature, so you can definitely drive the dinosaur. No problem.
Well, I think no matter what, this is the one way that we can help Oopsie. So no matter what you two look like, we're gonna have to go out there and save this little guy. I mean, he'd do it for us, right?
So, Jim, I can't heal.
No, you don't have any abilities aside from what is like your new character sheet is that stat page.
So I can
Cool.
charge and shove.
Yes.
I don't get my spells?
No, you can
What's
only
wrong
do.
with you?
Oh,
I thought this was supposed to be fun.
I mean, some of us are really enjoying it.
Guys, we haven't left HEI's boardroom yet.
Can I
Still
even
in the
get out of
conference
the
room.
room?
yeah.
No, you guys
No,
are
we're
still
really
hanging
left.
out.
Yeah, but can I get through the door?
Yeah, you can sort of just squeeze through. It's
I
a little
go,
more awkward.
Yeah.
Oopsie. Duck down, okay?
Oopsie small.
And I start to like squeeze through the door.
All right. You have to like shove your way through. You duck down even lower so Oopsie doesn't like brush against the door frame. As you're like stomping through the hallways, people are looking at you weird. But, everybody's kind of gotten used to wild magic at this point. These surges of just crazy arcane energy. So, and they also know that Oopsie has been looking to drive a lizard for a very long time. So a lot of them seem to just assume that maybe he finally, maybe this is like a Make-A-Wish thing. They all know that he's deeply cursed, and maybe at the end, like somebody just was like, "Okay, you can drive a lizard. Like that's what you want to do, buddy."
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
But you do make it outside, and a very incredibly upset and dejected MoonDustGlitterVioletSparkleWishes begins leading you.
Well, don't need
Did
these
her
papers.
size change?
No, I believe she's still tiny.
And I
She may
don't
have actually gotten a little bit bigger.
Don't need my papers or my phone.
I have never seen anybody so upset about a wild magic as you two.
Because it's supposed to be fun.
No, I'm gonna roll with it. I'm gonna roll with it. I just can't heal, so everyone be on your best
No.
game.
It's okay.
Peeposaurus can heal. Watch. Heal.
And I sit or whatever.
Now what?
I give her a pickle.
Or she eats it happily.
Eva, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do because I really like hanging out in your hair, and I don't know if I'm gonna fit.
Well,
Do you
I-
have hair?
I have more room on my back.
Okay.
Yeah, she's currently large enough that you and Oopsie would both be able to ride on her back. That would actually be fine, because I believe you're both small creatures, and she is a large creature, so that works.
Someone else may have to close their eyes and think of really happy thoughts, and hopefully we'll still have some internal sparkle that can help guide our way.
I mean, I think even though Oopsie is in such a bad way right now, he might have the happiest thoughts of us all.
Yeah, Oopsie seems to be doing pretty well. In fact, Oopsie, you do start to really kind of feel like you know exactly where to go. It's got to be up in the forest. That's got to be where the gate is. So, trusting Oopsie's internal sparkles and magic and happiness, you begin making your way north into the Rhoda forest. Since your many adventures, you've noted that the edges of the forest have become much, much safer. with far more foot traffic near the southern border of the wood than you ever remember seeing before you began your adventures. People seem to recognize you as well, waving hello or pointing you out to their wide-eyed children. You catch excited whispers about various deeds you've done. It seems as though that you're all finally coming into your own as proper heroes in the city of Kavalosha. You don't have too much time to revel in your fame, though, knowing that there's an urgency to your mission, and that regardless of what has happened to some of your companions, Ooptsy does still need your help. And MoonDustGlitterVioletSparkleWishes, you still do kind of know where you're going, even if you feel really sad about it. And so you begin walking through the forest, and you walk for several hours, undisturbed by monsters or cursed ruins. And finally, MoonDustGlitterVioletSparkleWishes, you see ahead of you a sort of rock wall, and in that rock wall, there's this very thick curtain of flowered covered ivy ahead. And it's very difficult to tell, but it looks like there might also be some kind of tunnel or cave beyond the curtain. And Moondust, you know that if you simply lead your friends through the curtain, you'll come out on the other side in your home world where they can find Unicorn School.
We just have to go through here, and then we're gonna be where I live. Ooh, I wonder if my dads will be home. I wonder if we'll get to meet Dan. I wonder if my sisters will be there. Oh, but no one's gonna recognize me because I look like this.
No, it is okay. I turn around and I take like a piece of cloth. I tie a little bow tie on her.
Oh.
She's there. It's okay. You still fancy. And then I look over at Hawk
Any
and go,
magic that makes you look different than how you want to look?
It's okay. I look ugly too, but we can be beautiful
I look
together.
ugly?
I mean, sorry.
No.
Say to your best friend.
I'm sorry.
I'm having a lot of sad thoughts. I think I need a hug circle. I'm gonna go over to Hawk and just hug him.
But can we hug too?
And she like stands on two legs and like holds her hand.
You
Her
have very little
big-
arms.
Oh, that's right, my little one. She kind of reaches over and it's like,
Hug?
Hey, I feel a little bit better.
I'm sorry for calling you ugly. I didn't mean it, but just know that you and I are in the same boat, okay?
we're not
I've
on a
never
boat,
been
guys.
on a boat before.
Oh my goodness, that's an expression.
Actually, quite
An
fun.
expression.
Yes. No, Moondust, you might look different, but what's on the inside? We still know that it's you. No reason for you to be upset.
I just really don't want us all to die because they think a bunch of imposters are going into my homeland. But I guess we can just let our happiness and our love and our internal sparkle guide the way.
Exactly.
And I cast guidance on Moondust. Just to make her feel a little better.
It's got a little bit more internal sparkle now.
Does that do?
Gives you a +1 to your happiness.
Ooh, thank you.
The Cadence also donated $10 to give edges to Adam and Diana.
Ooh, thank you,
Very
Cadence.
nice. Thank you.
Go.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Sarah BC1 gave a hero point to Hawk because that's what I need. More rerolls for Hawk.
I like it.
Don't worry.
oh goodness.
you guys
I'm
do?
gonna walk over to the entrance and
Okay.
I'm going to sniff the vines and the flowers,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna start eating it. And then
Okay.
at the same time going, "Ah, why am I eating my friends? But it tastes good.
People, that's really weird.
Oh, and she spits it out real quick.
Guys,
Sorry.
I'm a little nervous. I don't want them to think I'm a bully.
Well, I don't think you're a bully.
That's because I'm not a bully, but I look like a bully. Okay, we need to go.
It's okay. It's
Try
okay.
to smile.
Oopsy's gonna climb down off of Robo.
Put my head
or
down.
Dino Peepa
Mhm.
and go. Oopsy, go first. I make announcement. No, I'll push the things out of the way and stride through this hole in the ivy.
Okay.
And when
You
I
guys
come out
watch.
the other side, no matter what's over there, I'm just gonna announce, "Oopsie is here. We are fine."
All right, you
I'm
guys
gonna go
watch
through.
as Oopsie disappears behind this curtain of flowered ivy.
Hawk runs after him.
All right.
This is the guy he's supposed to be protecting.
I go too.
All right. You all step through this sort of veil and find yourselves stepping out onto a beautiful grassy plain, despite the impossibility of that particular scenario. The scent of wildflowers on the wind is pleasant, but totally alien to you. The sky has a sort of golden haze to it, and great puffy clouds float like shifting masses of spun sugar across it. It is an idyllic and surreal place, but lest you believe that there it is only candy and rainbows here, your arrival disturbs a sapphire-colored bird nearby that takes flight from a grim feast. You see the corpse of a goat-like creature in its wake, entrails spilled across the emerald grass. Oopsie, of course, has his arms stretched wide, yelling after the bird that he is here. But there is otherwise no one else around. Big grassy plain. In the far distance, you can see a forested area. All of you can make perception checks.
Where do we find our
I
perception?
forgot I had a character.
It'll be on there.
Oh, I see it.
Are we reading it off of the
I
new
see
one?
it. 19.
19, right?
Oopsie is
Michael?
blinded by the field.
Oh, I can smell.
Michael
Got
Jordan.
scent.
Michael Jordan.
15.
All right. Hawk?
Oh, mine was 18.
Okay. So most of you, except Oopsie and Moondust, who are both, you're in very, very tall grass, and they're having a little bit of trouble seeing above the grass line. But the rest of you note that in the distance, you also see it looks like a herd of brilliantly white horses. And as you're watching, one of them spreads this great pair of angelic feathered wings, flaps them a couple of times in the wind, and then another one like takes off and circles over the herd, does a playful loop over the others before swooping back down to the ground to continue grazing. It's quite a beautiful sight. Just note that it appears to be a group of flying horses nearby.
I just keep pushing on Hawk's hip. Oopsie drive. Oopsie
Drive
drive.
me. I
No,
thought
you
drove-
have to ask permission before you do that, though, because sometimes they don't like people to ride on top of them. I used to fly next to them all the time.
Oh,
We'd
okay.
have races, but they'd always beat me.
Okay.
What
In
are
fact,
they, Moondust?
Moondust, make a nature check for me.
I don't have nature.
And just add your wisdom bonus.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You remember that not only do these Pegasi require their permission, but they usually require a gift of some kind. You remember that sometimes people, there's, now that you're thinking about it, you know that at the edge of the plain, there is this big, great chasm. And the Pegasi will often ferry people across the chasm, but only if you present them with a moon carrot first. And you know that there is a patch of moon carrots if you wanted to try to enlist their service.
Oh, but you guys, I forgot. They do like to ferry people across this giant area over here. And we could definitely do that, but I have to say that we first have to get moon carrots because they like gifts and they like moon carrots. But we can get some. It's pretty easy.
She
You know
waves
that
her
the
little.
reason, however, that the Pegasi don't usually just raid the patch of moon carrots themselves is because you've heard that the farmer who grows them keeps them very closely guarded.
But it may be a little bit more difficult than I first remembered because the farmer who grows the moon carrots, he doesn't really like it if people steal them. But maybe if we ask really nicely and say that we're just trying to save the life of our friend, maybe he'll give us some moon carrots.
Oh.
And then we can give them to the Pegasi, and then they can take us where we need to go.
What if swap for carrot? We swap pickle. We put carrot, put pickle in. Oh, even. In fact, farmer win.
Yes, that's a good idea.
We could ask the farmer if he likes pickles. Maybe he's never grown a pickle before, and that might be really exciting for him.
Grow pickle. You hunt pickle.
Oh.
Yes, hunting pickles. Moondust.
Let's go talk to the farmer then. And Moondust will like jump, but she forgot she doesn't have any wings.
Oh. Wanting so desperately to fly, but landbound now. So, following Moondust's advice, you begin following her through the field towards where this patch of moon carrots is. Before we get too much further, it does look like the Cadence became the bit boss and decided that the hero point shall be decided by a roll of a d6. So I shall be number 6, and we'll start at 1 will be Hawk. I will be number 6. Here we go. That is a... God. Jeez.
Is it a 1?
It is a 1, so Hawk has another hero point.
Well, we also got more donations. Sarah BC1 donating some money for an overcharge for me and for Ooptsy.
Nice.
And then Brian985 giving an edge for Hawk.
Nice, guys.
Edge for Hawk. Very nice, yes.
Thank you.
Overcharges. I don't see a lot of overcharges. It's nice to see those on the board.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Sarah BC1 also gifted 5 more subs and became the bit boss again. And gave Jim a reroll this time.
That's good.
Boy.
That's good. I need something to balance out Hawk's terrible energy.
I'm excited.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, did we lose Jim? Uh-oh.
He's that distraught.
Yes.
He's kind of back.
Sorry, am I back?
Did you come in and
Is
out?
it all good now?
Oh, yeah.
A
Frozen.
little bit.
Uh-oh.
There it is.
Uh-oh.
There, I think you're back. I think you're back.
Oh, no.
Frozen.
Okay, I think we're good. We're good. All right. All right. Come on, Internet. You can do it. All right. So you begin making your way across the field towards the Moon Carrot Farm. No idea quite what moon carrots are, but so far, against all odds, MoonDustGlitterVioletSparkleWishes plans seems to have legs and might just be the key to saving Ooptsy. You travel to the east, at least what you are assuming is east. It's very difficult to tell directions because despite the golden haze and like it's daylight outside, but you can't really tell where the sun is because it's not like high in the sky, and it's sometimes you'll like look around and you think that you're gonna see the sun, but you don't ever quite see it. It's a very strange, disorienting feeling. But you note that you are now coming upon a fenced and gated carrot patch. And as you approach it, suddenly it becomes night. But it doesn't so much become night, almost like you've sort of stepped into an area where it is night. You even can back up like a little bit, and then suddenly it's daylight. And then you go towards the carrot patch, and it's nighttime again. And you do see, I mean, there's now, what you can now see is that when you're near this carrot patch in the sky, there is a big, fat, full moon casting a bright, silvery glow over the quiet little farm. What do you guys do?
Knock on the door.
All right. So you walk out to the farmhouse and you knock on the door, and a few moments later, this man looks, he's got long pointed ears and these 2 stubby little horns sticking out of the top of his head. And he's covered in this purplish fur. And he flings open the door and he looks at the group of all of you and he says, "Nope, go away."
No,
And he
wait.
shuts the door.
I knock again.
He opens it back up, seeing that. He's like, "Oh, what? Nope, no. What?
Excuse
What?
me. Well, we need to help our friend, and we need to give a gift to the Pegasus that are over there because we need them to take us somewhere. So, can we buy some of your carrots?
Nope. ain't getting my moon carrots. They're mine. I grew them. They're mine. I ain't giving up moon carrots to the piggy over there. It ain't gonna happen.
What do you do with them?
My moon carrot. They're my moon carrots. I'm gonna grow them up, and then I'm gonna eat most of them.
You
Certainly
can't
not gonna
just.
give them away to you or the pegasi. And don't you even try to go get any.
I mean,
What if we trade you for magical, mystical pickles?
What could you possibly have that is better than a moon carrot?
Just
Oh,
pickle.
have you ever tried the most magical, delicious pickle?
Nope.
You don't know what you're missing, mister.
I do. I'm missing a pickle. Because I got moon carrots. I don't need a pickle.
Well, this is a star pickle. So this is a magical pickle that when you eat it, you're filled with the feeling of confidence and power and strength.
Make a bluff check.
I don't have that.
Then just a flat charisma check.
I have no charisma anymore. Oh, well, 15.
Looks down at you. Says, you know what? I don't trust you because you're a bully. I think you're trying to trick me with this poison pickle. So I'm going to stick to my moon carrots, and I had enough of you. So get on out.
Hey,
No,
listen to me.
you have good free one. You get free one first, and I'll give him one of the healing pickles to back up the warmth and whatnot from the inside.
He's like, oh no, there's probably a poison pickle. You got to travel with the bully here, and I heard about those brigands that are coming in here, and they're gonna try to poison me with this weird pickle. I'm sticking to my moon carrots. I'm sorry, friends, but you going out of here off my farm.
You
Get out of here.
To
He
me.
actually grabs. He has near the door apparently this broom, and he begins like trying to push you away with the broom. Get off my porch! Get out of here! I gotta get on my moon carrots, and don't even try to go get my moon carrots, cause I'm so sorry if you do.
I can shove him.
And he slams the door.
Oh.
Well, he wasn't being very friendly.
Can I drop to the floor and just start crying really loudly?
You can. No one can
Like-
stop you from doing that.
I don't have a intimidation. I mean, I have intimidation, but the intent is to make him feel bad.
Yes.
Oopsie.
I think from my short experience as a parent, it would be a bluff check to see if the parent thinks you're fake. Is your crying real or fake?
That's a question you've asked, and it's probably a little of both.
I'm gonna kick his door.
Wait. I can brush it with my head.
No.
Wait a second. This guy is not very nice, and I don't like to steal, so I'd like him to give us those moon carrots. Our friend is dying, mister.
Cry louder.
I'm kicking the door with my little foot.
You're kicking the door, and it's just like shuddering, and then Oopsy's crying, and you see one of the curtains to one of the farmhouse windows opened, and a guy throws open the window, and he pokes his head out. He says, "You're not gonna get out of here. All right, you asked for it." And he gives out this loud, long whistle. And when he does, you see, you note that over in this carrot patch, there is a pair of scarecrows that are hung up, very likely to keep away the pegasi. And they didn't look like much at first, but apparently they were enough to keep the flying horses away. However, now that they've heard this whistle, you see that their eyes like light up with this fiery, ghastly green light. And they hop down from their perches, each one, and begin to advance on the lot of you. And it is time to roll initiative.
What do we add to our perception?
Perception still, yep.
Okay. 19 for me.
Was that you, Peepa?
Sorry, 19.
19 for Peepa. Hawk?
11.
Ooh, Hawk.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I'll make up for it in a little bit.
I bet you will. Oopsie?
15.
15 for Oopsie. MoonDust?
25.
Wow. You're a quick bully. And Rias.
Another Michael Jordan.
All right. All right, MoonDust, you see these scarecrows come shambling forward. Their eyes lighting up, their mouths twisted in this horrible leer as they move towards you. They're approximately 40 feet away from where you are, and just the sight of them causes to run up your spine. And I do need you to make 2 will saves.
Ooh.
First one is 14,
Okay.
and the second one is 17.
These creatures have a terrifying and menacing presence. And in your current state, you don't think that your light and your happiness and your sparkles could possibly be enough to overcome them. And you are currently frightened too. However, it is the top of your turn and you can do as you please.
Come on, Jim. You're making me learn a whole new character. I'm now frightened. I'm not an advanced enough player to throw this kind of stuff at.
Tossing you in the deep end.
Okay. Do I also have the weapons that this creature has or no?
You do, yes.
Well, how many of them are there?
2 of them.
How close are they?
About 40 feet away.
All right, so they scared me, and I didn't like it very much. So I'm gonna take a couple steps forward, and I'm gonna be like, "That wasn't very nice," and I'm gonna try to scare them back.
Okay.
I want to cast fear.
Fear. All right. The fear spell, is that a necromancy spell?
I think so. Or
I don't know, but
necromancy,
you
or-
do get a will save.
Right. You cast this spell that you've never cast before, and maybe it's the fact that you're not really comfortable in your new skin, or maybe it's the fact that these creatures, maybe they're too scary to be scared, but neither one of them is remotely phased by your fear magic.
Guys, I don't like this. I wish I could go invisible, fly into people's hair. That's it. I'm not gonna do it.
Rias, you note that MoonDustGlitterVioletSparkleWishes seems like she's having a rough time of it. And you recognize the spell that she casts, and you see that these creatures, it doesn't even phase them. The magic just sort of fizzles around them. But it is the top of your turn, and seeing all of this, it does seem to be quite a frightening situation that you're in, and I need 2 will saves from you.
Will saves, huh? Okie dokie.
Bam. First one's a 17.
This is a failure.
Oh. No, I didn't have a thingy. Oh, poop. That's a natural 1, Jim.
Okay, well, you are currently frightened of the first one. You become frightened 1, and then the second one, you note that there's 2 of them shambling towards you. You see MoonDust is falling apart. It is just overwhelming, and you find yourself completely lost in the fiery green eyes of one of these scarecrows. You are a total of frightened 5.
What?
And you are fascinated.
Wow.
A fascinated creature You are compelled to focus your attention on this creature. You cannot, like, you just are like lost in its strange supernatural leer. You take a -2 penalty to perception and skill checks. You can't use actions with the concentrate trait unless their intended consequences are related to the subject of your fascination. But you cannot. You basically have to focus your attention on this creature, and you can't do anything that would sort of distract you from your focus on this creature.
Oh my god.
And you are frightened 5.
Oh my
I'm
God.
terrified. Okay. Yeah, this thing scares me. My fingers glow blue, and I want to fling a ray of enfeeblement at this thing.
All right. Is that a necromancy spell?
Yes, it is.
All right. The ray fires forth and strikes this scarecrow creature, and the magic just like fizzles away near it. It is completely unfazed by your magic, perhaps even adding to the sheer terror that you feel in this moment.
Can I do final action? Can I do a check?
Yes, you can make a Arcana or crafting check.
Ooh, Arcana. I'll do that. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, at least that'll work in my favor.
Now remember, you're taking a -5 penalty because of frightened 5.
Yes, I am. So that gets me a +1, so a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Wow, pretty good roll. You do even as your thoughts seem to escape you, and the terror just seizes hold of you. You recall that these horrible constructs are typically called scarecrows, and they are sometimes inhabited by malevolent spirits. But you can have one piece of information. I'll say that you don't have to worry about their frightening aura because you're being affected by it. You know about that. You've kind of gathered that the necromancy doesn't do anything against them. So I'll give you can choose something about defenses or weaknesses or another power that they have that you want to know about.
I'll go with weaknesses.
Weaknesses, you know that fire is especially effective against the scarecrows, and they are weak to it.
Okay. Yes. Use flames. The green flames in his eyes are terrifying me, but perhaps something can burn it away. As Rias just kind of leans back away.
You lean back away from these things, and now it is their turn.
Jim.
You note that both of them, before they shamble forward, they let out an unearthly, ghastly shriek, and their heads burst into flames. This sort of green flame glow from their eyes surrounds their entire head. They now shed a bright light around them. Those of you who have not acted, you are taken so by surprise that these creatures, A, could even move, and B, that their terrifying presence is so great that you are all flat-footed against the scarecrows until the end of your next turn. That was a free action. They begin rushing forward. They rush forward with the first action, leap over the sort of garden fence with a second action, and then charge forward, one of them coming right up next to Hawk, one of them coming right up next to MoonDustGlitterVioletSparkleWishes. However, because that fence was in the way, it did take them all 3 actions to get next to you guys. So they've approached, but they cannot do anything else. Peepa, what do you do?
Here we go. I do the whole like Toro thing with my legs, and I'm going to clobbering charge one of them.
That does sound like a fantastic idea, but before you do that, I do need you to make 2 will saves.
Oh, okay. Where's my will? Okay.
Very spoopy.
20 on the die plus 7.
Hey, that is a critical success. You are unaffected by the first scarecrow, and you are immune to its aura for the foreseeable future, anyway.
Okay.
But there's one more scarecrow.
Oh wait, out of the box. That one's not as good. 12.
Ooh, okay. You are frightened too.
Okay.
and fascinated by the second one. You basically shove the other one out of your mind. You're able to ignore it, but this second one looks you right in the eyes and gives you this horrible, ghastly grin, and you just cannot look away. You are fascinated and frightened too.
It looks like Megan's pumpkin face. from
Oh,
Department of
gross.
Mysteries.
Can I still clobber charge
You
it?
can. You can still try to clobber it. In fact, it's the only creature that you can focus on and do anything to. So.
Great. So, okay. So plus 11. So I'm going to charge at it.
All right.
Oh, no. It's my feet. Sorry. 20, 14, 24? 24, 25.
That is a hit.
Okay, and it's a 1d10 plus 6. 8 points. That's it.
8 points of damage. You slam your head into its weird stuffed body, and you note that the impact doesn't seem like, again, it's like stuffed with straw, and it doesn't seem to have much of a form. You deal some damage, but not nearly as much as you had hoped. What else you got for me? Anything?
I mean, unless I can attack again, but
No.
oh, that's one attack. Yeah, I could attack it again.
Yeah.
Okay, let me try.
All right.
And then, so second time would be a plus 6, correct? Yeah.
That's correct. Yeah.
Oh, out of the box. 20 on the die. Plus 6.
Nice.
Promise.
All right. This time, its weird stuffed body, you decide to go right for its weird pump glowing head and strike it right where its nose would be if it had a nose.
Yeah, it's only 7 points. Do I double that?
Yes, you do deal double damage.
14 damage then.
14 points
That's
of damage.
minimum damage.
Oh, yikes. Again, not nearly as if this thing was just more solid, perhaps you would have really given it a ringer, but unfortunately, you don't deal nearly as much of an impact as you had hoped. Still good, still dealt some damage, still perhaps is enough to embolden your companions who are all seeming to be quaking in fear from these creatures. That'll take us to Ooptsy. And Ooptsy, you know the drill. 2 will saves.
2 will saves. All right, we've got a, I can't math, 27 and a 24.
27 is a critical success, so you are immune to the fear aura from one of these creatures. The other one is a regular success. You are frightened 1, but otherwise unaffected.
Frightened 1. Got it. Thank you. The one that Diana just hit, that Peepa Dinosaur just ran into, is that the one in front of Hawk or the one in front of...
That is the one in front of Moondust, I guess, unless Peepa has an objection to it. I guess I didn't ask her to specify.
Doesn't matter. That's
All
fine.
right, then it's the one in front of Moondust.
Okay.
That's fine.
I'm going to do something I don't often do. You definitely haven't seen Ooptsy do it very much, but he actually pulls a shield out.
Oh.
And his short sword, and then charges at the one on Hawk.
All right.
It's a reroll for me that I'm going to use.
Oh.
Well, if you drew a shield and a sword and you moved, you actually wouldn't be able to attack.
Well, I can't draw as part of my movement.
I don't think that's a thing anymore.
But can you make it a thing? I'm doomed,
Nah.
Jim.
That's right, you're doomed. So, nope. But you can get up to it, that's for sure.
All right, then I'm standing in front of Hawk.
All right, so you and Hawk are facing off against one of these creatures. Peepasaurus Rex and MoonDustGlitterVioletSparkleWishes are facing off against another one. Rias has sort of backed away and is dividing and is like focused, his attention locked on the one that's in front of Moondust. And that takes us to Hawk's turn. 2 will saves, my friend. These things are scary.
We'll see about that. Yep, kind of, so far. That's a 16.
16, you are frightened 2 and fascinated by the one directly in front of you. Now you need to make a save against the second one as well.
That one's a 26.
All right, so the second one, you're able to ignore, you push the fear from your mind, but the one that's right in front of you, glaring down at you, you are fascinated by, and you are frightened 2.
Yeah, I think for Hawk, part of it is that his friend who's hurt ran up and is right next to it, so he's afraid as much of this thing as he is just for his friend. And so he's gonna do, I didn't have any weapons out, so he's gonna do something he never does, and he's going to pull out one of his blades. Kukri. Because he doesn't want to leave Ooptsy to fend for himself here.
Yeah, alright.
So he's got that out. I need to make sure. I think that I can only use that. Okay. Yeah. Unfortunately, none of my goodies happen when I use a Kukri.
That's a real shame.
So, but gotta protect the little one. So, and you know what? I'm just gonna throw an edge on there because I got an extra one from the real POTUS just to irritate Jim.
Nice, that'll do it.
So, we're gonna use one of those edges. And thank you to Zach Damac who resubbed.
Yay!
I believe I know Zach Damac in real life. I think that's the Zach that I know. That is my friend.
Wow, the only Zach you know?
I know one Zach, and that's it.
Congratulations. All right. So I've got an extra. Now, the frightened 2 means I take a -2 to the hit, right?
-2 penalty to the.
So
attack.
it'll be -1 after my edge.
That's right.
It's probably not good. Reroll! Haha!
We have those.
That's better because that's a nat 20.
Nice.
Oh, very nice.
Nice.
Very nice.
So totaling out to 28 with the Kukri.
Critical hit.
Critical hit. I've never used this. How do I? What does it do? This is let me roll this damage. Well, I guess I double it. Double it. Again, never play with this weapon. That will be a total of 7 damage. From
How did you get 7 on a double?
I rolled 2d6s plus 2.
Oh yeah, you didn't. Okay, cool. That makes sense. I gotcha. I thought you were just gonna straight up double, but
Oh, no.
that is a good way to do it. Just so you know, agile finesse trip, so it's not deadly. I was just checking to make sure that the Kukri wasn't like deadly or anything. So yeah, you slash it, and you note that whereas your companions trying to batter these things weren't doing quite as effectively slashing, cutting through it seems to be a little bit more effective. They don't seem to have that resistance again when you're using slashing damage.
Nice.
So it takes the full 7. Very nice. You drew your Kukri and you slashed once. You can do it again.
I think I'll go again.
Gonna go again.
Yeah.
Gonna go again, everyone.
Because it's finesse, which means -4 instead, yeah?
-4 instead of -5. That's correct.
Wonderful. Here we go. Wow, the dice. They're everywhere. That was probably a miss. 12.
Yeah, 12's not gonna do it. These things are a little beefier than that.
All right. Well, I can't use everything right now, so don't
You
worry.
sure?
Nah,
I'll throw it all.
it's fine.
Oopsy's in danger.
I know, but I'm here, and I think I heard it the most, so it'll probably come after me. I'll be the real meat shield.
Also,
Gotcha.
Oopsy's always in danger.
That's true. Nothing's really changed.
Moondust, it is your turn. You are surrounded by friends, but also this horrible thing is standing right next to you. Know that normally, typically, when you're frightened, over time, it naturally just goes away. But for some reason, while you're standing near these horrible monstrosities, you cannot shake that frightened feeling.
Aw.
You remain frightened, but it is your turn.
Are there attacks of opportunity?
If you have a specific reaction called attack of opportunity, they are, but otherwise not normally.
I'm going to flee.
Fleeing!
So what I want to do is not really flee, but
Right.
I would like to run to the moon carrot area. I would like to scoop up as many as I can in an action and run some more.
All right, so it'll take you 1 action to get to the fence, and then why don't you make me an acrobatics check to hop the fence?
Okay. I have that.
Ooptsy calls out behind. That's exactly what got Ooptsy in this situation.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 is going to do it. You nimbly hop right over the fence. And you are now in the patch. You can try to pull up one of these carrots. I just need to make an athletics check.
Yeah. I have that. 19.
19. These carrots are like firmly rooted, but with some straining, you just hop one out. And this beautiful, silvery, shimmering moon carrot is now in your hands. You know that if you want to get your friends across that chasm, you're going to need 1 for each of them, but you've made a good start.
Is that 2 actions?
It was 1 action to get to the fence, 1 action to hop the fence, 1 action to pull the carrot.
Got it.
So Rias, we're on to you, my friend. Once again, unable to shake the fear, and you've got it bad. However, you're no longer fascinated.
Oh, goody. Goody. Well, that's a plus, Jim. Thank you. Okay. Rias sees Moondust take off. Hawk and Ooptsy are together, and Peepa's just next to this other one, yeah? Rias is going to, with his 1 claw finger, he's going to cut open the palm of his hand. His fingernails start to glow black as he digs his fingernails into the ground. And then right behind, or actually right next to him, you see this arm shoot up as this zombie starts crawling its way out of the ground.
You hear a shout from behind you, like, "Hey, you got zombies in there? Ain't no, but you better not get no zombies juice on my carrots. You better keep away from my moon carrots. I'll be very awkward. Oh, get them, scarecrows, get them."
And that's my turn. That's all 3 actions.
That's all 3 actions, but you've got now a zombie buddy, and now it is the Scarecrow's actions. Indeed, Hawk, you were correct. The Scarecrow in front of you does focus its anger against you and tries to claw at you with its horrible wooden hands. Its first attack is going to hit an armor class of... Ooh, that's not actually very good. I'm actually going to... Nope. I'm going to re-roll it because it's a 5 on the die. Can't stand for it. Can't let that happen. So I'm going to use 1 of my hero points. Thanks, Mom. And that is going to be even worse. That is a natural 1. I feel cheated. I feel very sad. We're going to move on from that natural 1 as it just like sweeps its hands across. It tries to catch you across the face, but it actually, maybe its legs just aren't quite holding its weight quite right. Or maybe it's the fact that you slashed it real good, but it like sort of stumbles forward and almost trips itself while it's trying to get a good swing on you. It is going to right itself and try again, just at a lower bonus. That is a 17 total.
Who's this to?
Hawk.
Oh, sorry. No.
No. You're gonna be like that? Okay. Hawk.
17 doesn't hit me.
I see that.
It's just
See that.
That's just the game.
That's the game. I mean, I might as well go crit hunting with my 3rd action. So it tries to take 1 more stumbling swing forward. 19 total.
Sink.
Yeah. That could do it. So that would make it an 18 total.
Oh, darn, you missed.
Yeah. Oh, man, do I hate Hawk.
Wow.
Other one was going to go hog wild on MoonDustGlitterVioletSparkleWishes, but she ran into the pumpkin patch. It is going to instead try to claw at Episaurus Rex.
And I have a trigger.
Oh,
I
okay.
have sudden shove.
Oh, no.
And damages a medium or smaller foe with its skull strike effect. Shoving it away.
So the trigger is when you damage a creature?
I don't know. It just says sudden shove.
It's a reaction. It's an attack. The dinosaur damages a medium or smaller foe with its skull, and then the effect you can fling it up and shove it away.
So when you deal damage to this creature, you can shove it away as a reaction to your own thing, but it attacking you doesn't trigger that reaction.
Okay.
However, I do hit an armor class of 26.
Holy crap. Yeah.
All right, so this claw just right across your flank, ripping open the scaly hide.
That's rude.
Ooh, that is going to be 16 points of slashing damage, and
I'm going to use my mercy.
all right, so that's going to reduce it by your level.
What is my level?
Currently, it's whatever it'll say. Creature, whatever. I think it's creature 3 or creature 4.
Let me look.
Creature 3.
Creature 3.
Creature
How many
3, so
points did you say?
It was 16 slashing.
So 13?
Yep, 13. And because you're frightened, this claw seems to almost like reach in and scrape across your very soul. You take 2 points of mental damage.
Ooh. Ouch.
That's gross.
Isn't it just? That was its first action. It claws you, but then it does turn around and go charging towards the carrot patch. Its prerogative to protect the carrots overriding its desire to inflict pain. So it's going to charge the carrot patch. It's going to leap over the fence, but that's all it could do because it already used one action to attack Peeposaurus Rex. That takes us to your turn, Peepa.
I'm going to, seeing this, I'm going to start charging towards the garden as well to protect.
All right.
Protect Moondust.
You go charging forward. Because it's just on the other side of the fence and you're a large creature, you could make an attack against it without actually getting over the fence. You could just reach, your head is long enough that you could just slam into it.
Can I do that?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, let's see. Oh, I kid you not. It's another 20 on the die. And on top of that, I forgot to tell you the last time I did it. If I critically hit you, you are stunned 1.
Stunned 1. That's rough. Okay.
That's cool.
Okay, let me 1d10 plus 6. Why are you rolling 1? 7. 14 points damage.
14 points of damage. Again, doesn't seem to be as effective as you would have hoped. However, the creature does get stunned by the charge. Now, because you've dealt damage, if you wanted to, you could trigger your reaction.
Can I trigger it, please?
Yes, you can, and try to shove it. What is it? What is the effect on that?
Damage is a medium or smaller foe with its skull. Effect digs in and flings its head, shoving its foe away. Attempts an athletic check against the target's fortitude DC.
Okay, so go ahead and make an athletics check.
Athletics, where are you? Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. This creature is tough, and it managed to stay rooted firmly in place despite your attempts to try to buck it away from you.
Okay.
It actually does remain rooted.
That's fine.
But that was a total of 2 actions so far. You do have 1 more action left.
Okay, well, since this is 1 action, I'm going to try and clobber it again.
All right, clobber away.
1, 2. No, I don't think so. 15?
15 is not going to do it. You're unable to connect on that second strike.
Okay.
You weren't expecting it to be so firmly rooted in place, and it kind of throws you off your game for your second attack. However, still a good turn. Ooptsy, it is now your turn.
Am I still frightened 1?
You are still frightened 1.
Okay. Now that I have my sword out and Hawk and I have engaged this thing, I'm going to take my swipes at it.
All right.
Get him.
I'm still going to use the reroll. Because that wasn't good. That's much better. That's much better. What am I adding to this? So it's going to be a 22 to hit.
22 will do it.
For a total of 4 damage Unless it's undead, then it takes positive damage as well.
It is not an undead
But
creature.
I didn't think it was, but I just wanted to point that out.
But the slash is effective. You do cut its straw-filled body, and some of it comes spilling out of its open wound.
For my second action, I will swing again. I'll backhand my short sword across the... not as good this time. It's only 14.
14 is not going to do it. Your second strike is not quite good enough. You're still a little shaky, still feeling like this is a dire situation.
For my third action, I will raise my shield.
All right, you raise your shield, hoping to fend off its vicious claws. That will take us to Hawk's turn.
All right. So I am going to use action, because I forgot the rules, to hunt this prey.
Yes.
And now I will slash at it again with my
Okay.
3. I will add an edge just off the bat, because why not? I still have 3 of them. And that is the 5th time I've rolled a 7 on the dice tonight.
Thanks.
Let's see. I still am frightened too, yes? So that would be minus 2 balancing.
That's true.
So, 2 and 8. I think that's only a 15. Does a 15 hit?
15 won't do it.
Darn it. Alright. In that case, I will have to swing again.
All right.
I will have to re-roll it.
Oh no, Hawk's falling apart over here.
If it weren't a natural 1, I would have.
Oh.
I thought it was the 7 again for a split second.
Oh no.
That one's gonna miss as well.
Hawk just
I don't
can't
have my
hold
bow.
together.
I don't have my bow. I can't leave my friend.
Hand shaking. Just muttering under his breath, I don't have my bow, I don't have my bow, as he flails ineffectively at this horrible monstrosity in front of him, unable to do anything. Perhaps it's time for old Hawk to be retired. Just glitter violet sparkle wishes. It is your turn. You've got one carrot in your hand. One of these creatures is like coming after you. But you know that if you could just get enough carrots, you can get out of here. You can save your friends. What do you do?
I'm gonna spend all 3 of my actions picking carrots.
All right. You'll have to move. You have to step to get to the next carrot. Then make an athletics check.
Sorry, there was a very loud helicopter outside.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
You clear the airspace above their house, please. We're trying to do a show.
We are working here. You said an athletics check?
I did.
That's gonna be a 23.
23 is enough. You managed to pop one of these other carrots out of the ground. You've got 2 of them now.
But I can't step and grab another one?
You could step again, and then you would be ready to grab another one, but you wouldn't be able to grab the other one this turn.
Wow, how many feet apart do they grow these carrots?
Exactly 5 feet apart.
Wow.
There is a step between each and every carrot.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's a very, growing moon carrots is a very tricky process. They need their space.
Then I will move 20 feet to the 3rd carrot away.
Okay. All right, sure. You just decide you're going to put some distance between you and the scarecrow, and you position yourself near one of the further carrots, ready for the next time. That will take us to Rias's turn.
Reese's turn. Reese's zombie is going to shamble right up next. Does he have enough space from where I'm at to shamble up next to the scarecrow that Ooptsy and Hawk are fighting?
Sure. Yeah, it can shamble right up there. Yeah.
It'll shamble up with its first action, and for its second action, it's gonna try to hit this thing with a
All right.
fist. That is going to be a 19.
19 does it. So I'll sync you to make it an 18, which doesn't do it.
But then I'll get an edge on it to make it a 19, Jim.
That's rough. That's a real shame. At least I took some edges off the board.
Ah, good. That is going to be, ooh, cool, 8 points of bludgeoning damage plus
All right.
grab as well, too.
All right, you grab onto this thing. The bludgeoning damage, some of it gets through, not all of it, but you grab onto this horrible creature. I believe that it only has 2 actions per turn, so now it's what do you do, Rias?
So Rias, first off, he's frightened while looking at this thing. So then just that blood that's on his hand, he just presses it to his chest, and he's going to get some temp HP.
Okay. False life.
Yep. I'm going to do some false life, and then I'm going to draw my sigil, cast some guidance over on Ooptsy.
Guidance on Ooptsy. A hefty turn, and now it's mine. The scarecrow in the carrot patch is going to go charging in at Moondust.
Remember, you're
Trying to
stunned.
protect. What's that?
Remember, you're stunned as well.
Stunned, right. So he only has 2 actions this turn. So he goes charging in and can make 1 attack against Moondust, trying to protect these carrots. Here he comes. The claws. That is a natural 20.
Oh!
That's a miss, Jim Jam.
That is a natural 20.
Oh.
So I'm going to get some dice out.
Oh.
As this thing rakes you right in the back of your head as you're trying to reach down and grab another one of these carrots. Oh, dearie me. 14 plus 14. 28 points
Oh my god.
of slashing damage just rakes you right across the back of your skull, ripping away what little hair. Actually, I believe you're bald, so just ripping away fluid and taking off a huge chunk of your left ear as it just rips away. And
Oh.
because you're frightened, you also take 3 points of mental damage.
Oh.
And Jim, as you're basically, slashing through the back of my skull, you watch as MoonDustGlitterVioletSparkleWishes, all of a sudden she's this really small creature, and as she's being hit by this horrible being, she actually is going to grow and grow and grow into a large size. Why?
Wow.
That's my trigger when I get damage.
You can see MoonDustGlitterVioletSparkleWishes. There's just blood everywhere. You think, oh man, she must have just gotten laid out by this horrible strike to the back of her head. But then all of a sudden, she grows, doubling, tripling, quadrupling in size until she is now towering over the scarecrow and looks back at it. If it had the ability to be scared, it might be reconsidering some of its choices that led to this moment. However, that was the end of its turn because it was stunned. So the other one is going to continue its assault on Hawk.
It is grabbed.
It is grabbed, but it can still claw. You can still use your claws while you're grabbed.
Yes.
That is going to be finally a good one. A total of 31 to hit.
Wow. Oh my
Jim,
god.
what if it felt guilty?
It's not going to feel that guilty. So tell me what happens if I choose to deal the damage anyway.
Ally negates 2 plus my level, so you're gonna ignore 6 of that damage.
All right.
The enemy becomes enfeebled 2.
Okay.
Because did I mention that's a critical hit?
Oh yeah, I figured it was a critical hit. That's why I got 4d6 instead of just 2d6. That's 12, 16, 17 plus 14, 31 points of damage.
Oh my
Minus 6.
god.
Minus 6,
Minus my
25.
mercy.
Oh my
Quarter of a
Points.
century.
god.
So, and my mercy is worth my level, right?
Yep.
So
Yeah.
that's 22 points of damage total.
Oh my
23 because you
god.
also take 1 point of mental damage.
Michael
Oh
Jordan
Right.
damage.
God.
No.
Oh,
Math.
This thing just catches you right across your face and just rips skin away. Ooptsy reaches out with his inner light and tries to help, but it's not quite enough to take away a large part of the sting as this thing rears back, and that was just its first action. So its next action is actually going to try to attack the zombie that's got it held. It is going to take a penalty because it is enfeebled. So now it's going to try to claw the zombie. Against the zombie, it's only a 10.
Ooh, that's a miss.
That's a miss. It is going to try to furiously get rid of this creature that's holding onto it. So it's going to use its third action to try to attack the zombie as well. That is a pretty good 19 total.
Oh, that's a hit.
All right, so the zombie is going to take some. This is slashing damage. That is going to be 14 points of slashing damage.
Ooh, and like the zombie just like stands there and it's just like kind of hanging out.
Oh, you didn't use it.
You hear the farmer behind you like, "Yeah, that's right, get them zombies off my property." That was the end of my turn. Peepa.
Oh, can I reach this scarecrow?
You can't reach it because it ran after the now incredibly huge MoonDustGlitterVioletSparkleWishes.
Can I run after? Jump over the fence?
Sure, you will have to hop the fence.
That's fine.
Behind, so
or can I just charge through the fence?
If you want to try to burst the fence, I'll allow it. You're a big old dinosaur. Make an athletics check instead of an acrobatics check.
Okay. Oh my god, get in my box. 16.
16, not quite. You try to crush through this fence, but it's very sturdily built. You hear from behind you, "Hey, you trying to crush my fence? Don't you dare break my fence. You drop those moon carrots too. I see them in your hand."
Then I'm gonna jump over the fence.
All right, try an acrobatics check then.
That's a what's 14 plus 11? Someone.
Enough.
25.
It's enough.
Okay,
You do
thank
get
you.
over the fence. Yeah, one more action.
Perfect. Then I can actually charge this thing my last.
All right.
Let's see if I can do it. 17 plus 11.
Well, is charging a thing you can do with one action? Like, do you have an attack that allows you to move and attack with one action?
It says melee, and then it says my skull can do it.
Right. So you can't act. What I'm saying is you have to move up to it and attack, which would be 2 actions. You used one action to try to break the fence.
Perfect,
You used your
yes.
second action to get over the fence. Now you get
You're
up to
right.
it.
You're right.
So for the next round, you're in a position to do that. Yes.
That's fine. You're right.
Cool. Ooptsy.
All right. I don't like that Hawk is getting decimated here.
Yeah, Hawk is bleeding profusely.
So I'm going to first action swipey swipe with my swordy sword.
All right.
14 plus 10, 24.
24 is a hit.
For max damage of 7.
All right. But it's slashing. That's
Unless,
the
you know what?
important
Let's
thing.
overcharge that. I forgot
Hey,
about
yeah.
overcharge.
Yeah.
Add your level to the damage.
So that's going to be 11 damage.
All right.
Nice.
Nice.
A much more substantial hit, and it's all slashing, so it's all getting through its resistances. You're just hacking away at this creature.
Second action, Ooptsy reaches across with his little goblin halfling arm, puts his hand right on Hawk's thigh because he can't get his shoulder, and some healing energy passes through Hawk, and he recovers 6 hit points and also has a +2 AC for 1 round.
Oh, very nice.
There we
So I
go.
cast Lay on Hands.
That is going to be an important thing in the coming round.
And then third action, we raise the shield again.
Shields up. Hawk is healed. Creature cut. Excellent turn. Hawk, it is yours now. What do you do?
Well, I can't leave my little friend, and he has aided me. So I will continue to hack at this stinking scarecrow.
I gotcha. I feel it.
Come on, dice. Let's go. That's going in the jail. That's going in the jail.
Oh
There's
no.
a 4 on the dice. It's getting worse.
Oh, no.
Oh
It's
no!
getting worse.
No.
Oh, no.
All right. Well, that was the first attack. So now I'll take a second attack. Go crit hunting. Finesse weapons. So yeah, all the stuff. Math. We'll see what the dice say. Okay. 15 on the dice. Plus 9 is 24. Minus 4 is 20. Minus 2 is 18.
Oh.
Plus an edge is 19.
19 will do it.
Oh my god.
And because I use that Hunter's Edge, I now get to add my extra damage.
Alrighty.
12 slashing damage.
Damage, and that, my friend, you catch this thing right in its pumpkin head, cutting it into half. This pumpkin just goes sliding to the side, the fiery glow around it dimming and then going out as you as the whole thing just collapses in a heap of straw and clothing and pumpkin guts. You hear the farmer behind you like, "Hey, there's my scarecrow, and it took me a long time to build that."
Not sorry.
So they're both gone?
Nope.
No, there's only one that's gone.
And then, yeah, I'm going to stay.
Stay right. All right.
Protect
Stay
Ooptsy
right.
is what I'm gonna
Gotta
do.
protect Ooptsy. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Giant Moondust Glitter Violet Sparkle Wishes. You're bigger than you've ever been in your whole life.
Uh-huh.
What do you do?
Well, I got 5 temporary hit points.
All right.
And I also have reach. So I'm gonna grab 2 carrots at once. Damn!
All
Oh my
right.
gosh.
Screw your rules,
You
Jim.
athletics checks.
Yes! That's gonna be 28
Oh yeah, you definitely get.
or 27 athletics, right?
You just you with your giant hands now, you're just scooping up one of these carrots easily.
So now I have 4.
You have 4 now. I would say
And-
that because you're large and they're growing in a grid, you would be within reach of another carrot.
Really?
You would, yes.
Now, Jim, since I'm a dinosaur and I can't really get on a Pegasus, how many carrots does she need from me?
We have come to a very interesting conundrum that we will be dealing with momentarily, but for now, just assume you need 5 carrots.
Okay, thank you.
I grab another carrot.
All right.
Sounds like a word problem, math
you?
problem.
11.
11. 11's not going to do it.
Okay.
This carrot
So
is
then,
firmly.
but I have a third action.
No, you grabbed 2 carrots. That's 2
I have
actions.
2 hands. Isn't that one at the same time?
No,
Come
that's
on.
not. No.
You can't
Get
just
outta
go.
here.
Yeah.
However, Rias, it is your turn, and you see that Moondust is like just grabbing up all these carrots, and you realize that she's almost there. If you had enough carrots, you could just ditch this. And you see that she's bleeding still profusely, despite the fact that she's big now. She's still very wounded. Hawk is not looking very good either. What do you do?
How many would it take 2 full actions for my zombie to get over to this final scarecrow?
Your zombie, is it still animate, or did it get destroyed by?
Nope, it's still there,
Oh,
but
it's still there.
barely.
It's barely there.
Barely there.
I gotcha. Well, no, it's got this thing grabbed, so you could release it, and it would take 2 actions to get into the pumpkin patch.
Yeah,
or the,
sure.
the
It'll
carrot patch.
Yep, it'll release and walk over into the carrot patch.
All right, it does that.
And then Rias, I'm going to use an action, walk over to Hawk.
Okay.
I'm then going to place my non-bloodied hand, so my left hand, on Hawk's shoulder. It starts to glow black, and Hawk, you start to feel a little uneasy as I cast Undeath's Blessing on you. And then I'm going to use 1 action to cast Harm on Hawk, healing him with negative energy.
All right.
Hawk, you are going to get back 5 hit points.
Nice. Thank you.
As
weird.
negative energy courses through your body. It feels really weird, but it feels kind of nice. And then, yeah, so that's 1, 2, and 3. And then I want to shout out really quick. Paper Moon, just get away from the final scarecrow. My zombie will take it out. And then that's it. I'm done.
All right. After Rias, it is this final scarecrow's turn. It does not like But this dinosaur has come charging up to it, so he's going to turn around and try to slash.
I sink you. It's just one sink. Don't worry. It's just one sink.
With the sink,
Uh-huh.
his armor class is 26.
Damn! Oh my god. Oh.
I had some really bad rolls at the beginning of this combat, but this thing is a beast, and it does hit normally.
Okay.
All right, you're gonna take 18 points of slashing damage
Okay.
and
Yeah.
1 point of mental damage.
Oh my god.
That was its first action. Its second action, it whirls around on Moondust and tries to slash at her. She's got these carrots in her hand. Its second attack, natural 1. So it whirls around trying to get at you, but it just like spins all the way around in a 360. It's kind of comical. So comical, in fact, that you can both reduce your frightened condition by 1.
Yay!
Because this thing is just a little bit silly.
Yes.
It will use its third action to try to, might as well go crit hunting. Let's see what happens against Moondust. That is a 17.
Nope.
A miss. So it comes in, tries with its third and final action to score another hit, but it was not meant to be. It is now Peepa's turn.
Well, Jim, with my zombie, because it was there too, does it get like 1 level of bravery since they lost their
No.
frightened condition?
Zombie cannot be frightened or brave.
Oh, darn. Good job, Zombie. You're doing great.
After hearing Rhea scream that his zombie's gonna take care of it, Peepa's gonna turn around and run towards the rest of the group.
Okay. You could easily get over to your friends, which will take us to Ooptsy.
Now that the one directly in front of us is sorted, Oopsy's gonna like kind of side eye at Hawk, take like 2 little tiny steps towards the other one, towards the fence and where everyone else is, and then he's gonna bolt off towards the fence, using his entire move, and then setting 2 actions of move, and setting his shield to kind of be a bulwark.
All right.
Them coming this way.
Gotcha. Despite the danger, unable to imagine a world where he is not defending his allies, Ooptsy sets himself. Hawk, it is your action. What do you do?
Oopsie ran. I think Hawk is gonna be like, enough of this. He's just gonna drop the kukri and pull the bow.
Okay.
That's one action, yeah, because free action to just let something go.
That's correct.
Draw a bow. I'm gonna make him my prey now. Now, I wasn't frightened by him, right?
I believe that was the one that you were able to ignore, so you are not frightened.
Okay. So, I'm going to switch over my hunt prey to him, and I'm gonna take 2 quick shots at him.
Yeah, you would.
That's a 28 on the first one.
Wow.
Okay, that's a hit.
And I'll roll the second one because all the damage lumps together is 1. And that is a -5, 22.
That is also a hit.
All right. So I will take 3d8s and then roll them.
Oh my gosh, it's a lot.
10 plus 2, 12.
12 points of
it?
damage.
I know, I rolled low on the d8s.
All right. All right. 2 arrows of into this creature. You hear the farmer from behind you like, "Hey, why are you shooting arrows now? That's not fair. It's far. That's not. I don't like it." He's just getting more and more frustrated. But he's helpless, unable to do anything about it. MoonDustGlitterVioletSparkleWishes, it is your turn. You have 4 carrots in your hand.
I'll try to go
one
for
more.
a 5th.
Make that athletics check.
I'm gonna try it again. With my second action.
Ugh.
I'm I'm gonna go for my third
Oh
action.
no.
Can I do that or no?
Yeah, you can.
Okay,
You absolutely can.
It was a 2 and a 4,
Yeah.
and that's a 17. So I'll do
Okay.
that one.
That one will do it. You rip this third carrot out of the ground. You have 5 total carrots, 5 moon carrots in your hands. This zombie is rushing up to tear apart the other scarecrow that now has these arrows sticking out of it. And you guys can hear the fire's like, all right, fine. Just take your carrots and get out of them. Just leave the scarecrow alone. I don't have money to fix up both of them. Just get out of here.
Oh, thank you. That's really nice. You know, we would have very easily purchased these with money that my friends have.
No pockets.
Only pickles.
Ark picks up his kukri and pulls out 5 gold pieces and just chucks it towards the door.
All right. All right. Well,
You know, next time
I guess
we
I
should
learned a
not be
lesson.
so mean to people.
Yeah, isn't this supposed to be a happy place?
Yeah, I guess I learned a lesson. Maybe I should be more giving and let people have some moon carrots if they want them. I guess I really bit off more than I could chew today.
Yes.
Oh,
And so you remember Moondust move away from the scarecrow.
Oh, yes.
And as she does, Rias raises his bloodied hand. His nails start to glow black, and he just closes his hand, and the zombie explodes a giant fireball as I cast Final Sacrifice on it, as it's standing right next to the scarecrow.
does it actually deal fire damage?
It does. It deals 6d6
yeah.
fire damage.
Oh my
boy.
god.
The corpse explodes, and now ruining most of the field of moon carrots,
Oh,
and the scarecrow
no.
just annihilated by the explosion. And you can hear the farmer's like, "Oh no, my moon carrots and my scarecrow. Oh, I need to turn my life around. I've really faced some dire consequences that makes me rethink my actions and my attitude towards the general populace. Oh no." And he disappears back inside, leaving you all alone, victorious, and us on a break. We're getting out of here. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Woo!
We will
All
see you soon.
See ya soon.
Crazy.
There are legends of a mighty forge where the greatest tabletop weapons are smithed by expert crafters from the finest of materials. Only the strongest of adventurers may wield such relics. Weapons and armor forged from the strongest metals. Mystic foci for the forces of fate, carved from the finest stones. And unique treasures that cannot be found anywhere else in the realms. But beware, the forces of evil may find dark and powerful relics of their own in the online armory. Arm yourself with these gaming relics and equipment to take your tabletop adventures to exciting new dimensions. Go to NorseFoundry.com now to arm yourself with the finest weapons in the realms.
Got this. Do it. I believe in you.
That did it. Computer?
Hello, Captain. I am Level 1 User Interface Starship Executive. You may call me Louise.
Computer sounds better.
I spent a lot of time inventing a designation that could be used as a technical-sounding acronym for a common human name.
Sure, computer, that's fine.
I am detecting the presence of a Starfinder beginner box in your possession. Should I run my character creation protocol?
Sure.
The Starfinder beginner box includes a full crew of pre-generated heroes. Would you like to hire them for your team?
They look pretty capable, but I'm thinking about living dangerously.
Very well. I will record this process so that anyone can follow your example and create their own crew members with ease. They can follow along on a blank character sheet from the box and refer to the hero's handbook for further details as they create their crew member. The core of this character will be their race, class, and theme. These choices will shape many of their capabilities. There are many sapient races exploring the Pact worlds, each with its own unique features. You should begin by selecting one.
Well, a Vesk would make a pretty good crew member with their natural affinity for combat. And the Usoki, they've got these cheek pouches they could use to store They could use to store very useful cargo. And then there's the Lashunta, they've got psychic powers. Is there any way I can get psychic powers?
Settle down, Captain. Consider the Shirin instead. Their cultural fascination trait makes them ideally suited for interacting with other cultures across the Pact worlds. They also have communalism, an ability useful for working in close quarters with overeager humans.
Okay, well, I do see telepathy here, which is really cool. And blind sense, oh, that's nice. They can sense little vibrations in the air so that it's almost like seeing in the darkness. You know what, Louise? I like it. Mark it down.
Yes, Captain. I'll fill in the character sheet exactly as you would if you could be bothered to physically do the work of writing. If you ever find yourself willing to pick up a pencil, the Hero's Handbook guides you through the process.
Theme, Louise. Let's focus. All right, I'm thinking the Hardscrabble Bounty Hunter. Deadly, determined, I like that. Or the Mercenary, okay? You know, taking aim, taking names. I'm really feeling it.
Or perhaps we could prioritize more useful skills than killing everyone in our path.
I don't understand what you're talking about. Hey everybody, welcome back to the second half of our Heroic Endeavors episode. It has been an exciting one so far. Woo-hoo. They have a bunch of moon carrots now. Very exciting. I don't know what moon carrots are or what they taste like, but I know that Pegasuses love them, and they're gonna need those to get any further and save Ooptsy. Let's join everybody so it's not just me. There's no reason for everybody to be looking only at me. That would be weird.
Maybe that person's not back.
Maybe, perhaps this is now just the gym show. Maybe that's just. Oh, there we go. There we are. There we go. All right. Yeah, get right in on the mole on my neck. That's a good one. There we are. Everybody tuning in right now is in for such a treat. There you all are. Hooray, other people and not just me. Correct.
Fun fact, Jim, moon carrots are a common name of a real plant.
Really?
Very nice. I just made that up, but I didn't because it was
Yeah,
real.
they have a succulent silvery blue and lacy foliage.
Very nice. Well,
Lacy
Pegasus
foliage.
love them.
Pegasus
so
love them.
Because they're so
put
pretty.
that in the wiki.
Player, get on it.
All right, everybody. Why don't we go ahead and check in with chat?
Chat's having all sorts of fun. Brian Summer said, "Wow, nightmare fuel!" Right as that thing zoomed in on you. So
Right. Well, I understand. I would also think that is weird to see.
And then the one Zach that you know, Zach DeMac, said it got weird.
It got weird. My wife's here to see this. She says,
Hi,
"OMG."
Dana.
What's up, wife?
Hi, Dana.
I like imp in my head. This is the heroic endeavors version of my cabbages.
It's a reference to Avatar,
Avatar,
Last Bender,
Last
Airbender.
Yes, I
Anybody?
remember.
Dana would get that, maybe. Dana's been watching a lot of Avatar lately. She's also been playing a lot of video games lately. She's been playing Breath of the Wild all day. So if anybody in chat has any Breath of the Wild tips for Dana, go ahead and let her know.
Pretty sus, Jim.
I mean, that's what she's doing. I don't know.
Oh, and Scott Denuso also said that Rias is confirmed to be evil.
I see Duchess of Dinos in chat. I don't think she knows that.
I don't think she
Catch you.
knows about me.
Yeah, I don't think she knows about that yet.
It's Lucas Martinez says, is this farmer the little kid who the Crag crew saved after the burning down the family farm?
Definitely.
Confirmed.
We did have a substantial donation come in from Mr. I'm in for life. Says Jim always has been evil and he doesn't show mercy, so he must. Mercy for the players.
Mercy for the players. Those of you who've been taking a ton of damage, you're gonna need
That's
that.
awesome.
Thank you.
Super cool.
Hey, Jim, can you read off the bit bosses? I'm having a bit of trouble reading it. Are we there?
Yeah, you're a treat. You're such a treat. Ryan Saffron Thunder giving Hawk a hero point.
That's what it said?
That's what it said.
Thanks. He's having trouble.
So we each got a mercy, huh? Cool.
Mercy and a wonderful hero point. And we got so many bits coming in throughout the show, which has been amazing. All the good stuff.
I like that we got these moon carrots. And we also salted the land behind us.
Yes, you have ruined the ability for anybody else to ever get moon carrots. The Pegasuses better enjoy these because they're the last.
They're the
moon
final
carrots
moon
ever.
Only half of them.
Moon carrots are now extinct in the Fey world.
Maybe a little evil.
Oh, my
All
favorite
right.
part's coming up. Try to figure out how to get me over there.
Here we go. Don't worry. It's definitely going to make a lot of sense. It's going to be perfect and good.
Okay.
We're going to do it here. Let's get into it. Let's figure out how we're going to get a giant dinosaur across this chasm being carried by Pegasi. I think we can do it together if we all work as one, as a team. What do you guys do? The farmer is like sobbing uncontrollably. He has to rebuild his scarecrows. His moon carrots are gone, but you guys have your moon carrots, and you know that if you give the moon carrots to the Pegasuses, they will take you right across that chasm. You'll be one step closer to Unicorn School. So what do you do?
I got all the carrots.
Great. So now what?
Now we just need to go up to them and we need to offer it to them. And then they'll take us right on over to Unicorn School.
Oh.
It
Are you
just
still
looks
big?
What?
Are you still big, Katie?
Oh no! In fact, I am back to my normal size and fatigued. I'm feeling very tired.
Uh-oh. Ooh, Jim, are we frightened anymore? Is that all gone?
Oh yeah.
All the frightened is gone. Yes, you are now able to breathe easy.
Good. That was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible.
Well, since you know them, do you want to offer them those moon carrots?
Yeah, I think that would be a really good idea. I just hope they don't think I'm scary or anything. You know, being this creature you know, I feel like maybe they're sort of misunderstood. You know, they're so mean all the time, but I'm one of them right now, and I'm happy, and I love you guys, and I really want to try one of these moon carrots, but I'm gonna give it to the Pegasus.
But before you go, come over here.
And then she like kind of walks and over and fixes her ear that's like half falling off, kind of like pushing it up so it looks normal. And then she just pats her on the cheek and she goes with her little arm and she's like,
Okay, you can go talk to them now.
Thank you. I'm just feeling, I'm feeling just maybe redeemed. Like perhaps it's really rare to be one of these Spriggan bullies, and have lots of joy and happiness, but I do.
That's really good, especially being here in your home.
So can I call upon the first world, Jim Jam?
This sounds like a bigger ask than you're initially willing to let on. So you tell me what you want to have happen here, and we'll see what works.
Well, a redeemed Spriggan is one that feels it has the ability to feel joy and pleasure. And since MoonDustGlitterVioletSparkleWishes never lost that, technically that would make her a redeemed Spriggan. And so she'll have the ability then to draw upon the first world and use the power to transform into a fey creature for a short period of time. Loopholes!
What is that?
Yes.
she doesn't want to scare the Pegasus.
You can do that.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, Jim, can I have an instant fortress?
No, you can't have that.
Can I have a +7 bow?
No.
Okay.
No, Hawk,
So-
you cannot.
I'm not sure what a short period of time means. And
I don't know
how
what
many
most
times
of this
I can do
means.
it.
That's
But
kind of
it's
why
in
I
the
said you could,
rules.
because I just want to see what happens.
Is that crackling noise? Is that the sound of the field burning I keep hearing?
I think so.
Cool.
For the burning moon carrots behind you.
Oh
So-
no.
I pop back into myself then and drop all the moon carrots immediately because they're too big for me to hold. Unless they're little.
I can pick them up.
Oh, okay, maybe they'll recognize me then because now I'm looking a little bit more like myself. Not exactly though, but a little bit.
Can you do that to me?
I don't think so. I didn't even know I could do this to me.
Okay, I'll just get used to being a dinosaur.
I think the sadness of the inability to help your friends turns you back into a Spriggan bully forever.
Jim Jam, I'm gonna sink that decision. Oh, but I am actually gonna use my 2 mercies that I got there. Thank you. Needed those.
Wise move.
Yep.
Does anyone
Okay.
need some field healing real quick? Or are we all good to go?
Me, I'm not feeling great.
Me too.
I will use the nature around me to try and heal these people.
Okay. Are you talking about medicine checks?
Yeah,
Okay, I was just clarifying.
yeah. I don't. Oh wait, if I'm in, I think it's a thing I have. I'll get extras healing. Whatever, it's a thing.
Do you have a healer's kit?
No, I'm just
Ah,
a natural
that's a
healer or something. Guys,
I
it's
believe.
a thing.
Do you have the feat that just allows you to use nature instead of medicine?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but you still need a healer's kit. You still need healer's tools.
Trevor ran into that last week.
Oh yeah, there's my healer's kit.
I hate this guy so much.
While he's healing up everybody, Jim, I'm gonna just like go over to some of the burning plants, wipe the blood on the ground for like 10 minutes, and regain my my focus point.
Sure.
Just
So-
sucking out some of the life from some of the dead moon carrots that are there.
Nice.
Jam, do I know
22.
what language Pegasus? Sorry, go ahead, Hawk.
22 for the first healing for the little one.
Okay.
Thanks.
Well, that's the roll.
Oh.
Yeah. It's 2d8 hit points restored.
Right. So you'll get 6. And then for Peepa, 15.
That is exactly this dinosaur physiology is a little difficult to work with, but that is exactly what you need to pass. So
Thank you.
8.
Thank you, Hawk.
You're welcome.
Okay, not too shabby.
Katie, you were asking if you knew if what? Go ahead and make a nature check.
Wait, am I me?
Yeah, you turned back into you. Then yeah.
For now.
Oh, okay. Shoot, I don't. Okay, that's gonna be like a 24.
Yeah, you know that the Pegasus can understand Common, but they don't speak any language.
Okay.
They're very intelligent creatures. They can understand what's spoken to them, but they don't speak a language that you could understand.
Okay. I lost my character sheet. Okay, I think maybe we should go talk to them and give them the moon carrots.
Lead the way.
Okay. Oh crap. I really did lose my
Didn't you have it at the beginning of the stream?
Oh wait, here it is.
What are we looking for?
Her character sheet.
Adam Rady's character sheet.
It was better that you gave me some other character to be because I didn't. Okay, anyway.
We call that pulling an Adam Rady.
Uh-oh, he's rubbing off on me.
You'd be chucking dice all across your house too.
Count it.
I won't do that. Okay, so I'm gonna fly over there, and
Okay.
Hawk will be behind holding all the carrots.
All right. So you got the carrots. You take them over to the Pegasus. They're like they watch you approach. They got a wary eye, but they don't run away. They see you got the moon carrots. They seem to be willing to stick around. One of them sort of like nods his head at you.
So we have a bunch of moon carrots for you, and we were wondering if maybe you could transport my friends across over there to Unicorn School. I can fly now, but I can give you an extra carrot if you're able to carry my dinosaur friend.
The Pegasus herd sort of like circles up, and you hear some like snickering and whinnying and a couple of neighs, but at the end they turn around and they step forward.
I just picture that the Pegasus, they were like taking a vote, and those names we heard were votes. Like,
Yes,
"Hey."
definitely.
And some of them were like, "I."
But after careful deliberation, you get they step towards the carrots. They seem to be willing to accept your offer.
Okay, everyone grab a carrot, and Peepa, you get 2 carrots for the ones that are gonna take you.
Oh,
Just in case you need 2, Pegasi.
thank you.
You're welcome.
And you know that like the 2 of these Pegasus, like they like lead you, Peepa, over to this stretch of area in the grass. There's like this weird net set up, and they like get you all swaddled up in the net, and then 2 of them grab onto the net with their mouths, and they're able to lift you up into the sky. It does seem that they ferry people across this chasm fairly regularly, so they have a system in place. It makes a lot of sense. No, it's perfect. It works out in a very logical and carefully thought out way. No need to worry about that. So, once you're all mounted, there's a moment where they all are munching on the moon carrots, and then after they're finished, They seem ready to go, and they begin charging across this field. And you guys can see that ahead of you in the distance, there's this cliff that you're coming towards, and the wind is whipping through your hair. And just as they reach the edge of the cliff, they all leap into the air, wings unfurling, catching this huge updraft that sends you all soaring over this misty chasm. It is quite truly a magnificent experience, one enjoyed by few people from outside the Feyworld. These Pegasi take you across the chasm and land gently on the other side. They, as you dismount, they sort of dip their heads as if to send you off. You can see that they're very this sort of intelligence to their bearing and in their eyes, and though they don't speak, you get the distinct impression that they are definitely sort of grateful for having the opportunity to transact business with you before they all begin taking off back towards the plain in the distance.
Before they leave, I'm gonna just tell one of them, hey, we accidentally set the carrot field on fire, but if you've ever tried a roasted one before, you might want to go over there and try one now. Thanks again.
The herd of Pegasus in horror all wheel around and charge you, fighting to the death. You're able to easily overcome them, but now they're just a field of broken wings and mangled horse corpses because you had to give them that news because of what Rias did. The consequences of those actions just keep piling
Totally
up.
sus. Throw me under the bus. I get it.
Must have discovered Pickles Pegasus.
No, it's fine. Yes, they sail off. Perhaps they will enjoy roasted carrots until the farm is back up and running. But you are now all on the successfully on the opposite side of the chasm. Moondust, you know that you have to traverse the forest to get to Unicorn School. But there's also one other thing that you recall. You do know that the people you're traveling with are not allowed in Unicorn School. Because nobody from outside the Feyworld is. So what do you do?
This is so much fun, you guys. I've never actually got to go on an adventure to Unicorn School with a bunch of people who shouldn't be at Unicorn School.
What?
I mean, I didn't get my letter yet, if that's what you mean.
You didn't?
We're supposed to have letters?
Well, I mean, certain types of people are allowed to go to Unicorn School. You have to be of Fey origin, but you guys are all my best friends, so you're technically a Fey best friendogen.
I'm confused.
It's okay. Ooptsy is halfling. He okay.
Oh, good.
Halflings are Fey. I know.
Okay, well, I guess lead the way.
Wait,
Well,
why?
I mean-
Wait, what? What? Just to clarify, you knew that we couldn't get into the school.
Well, I've never actually adventured with non-Fey people to the school, but I've definitely seen them at the school before.
Were they like part of the experiments in science class?
No, we would hang out and have hug circles and parties.
Okay.
Do we need to make wings out of our surroundings so we can blend in?
No.
Oh.
I just remembered that there's this friend of mine. You should meet them. Oh, they'll definitely be able to help you get into Unicorn School, and no one will even notice you're there.
Is it Bartimus, and does he just have fake IDs to this school?
I don't know who that is, but they sound delightful.
Well, yeah. He's just got a little counterfeit ring going. I didn't know that was... What do your thing?
Makes amazing apple crisps.
Maybe we say, nope, no ideas for Ooptsy.
No, I think we should go find my friend Dio.
Who's Dio?
Dio's my friend. And Dio, when I was at unicorn school and we all wanted to hang out and we wanted to have nice slumber parties together, sometimes we weren't allowed to have sleepovers with anyone who wasn't Fae because I guess you have to be Fae to be at unicorn school, which is really silly, but anyway, Dio would always bring lots of friends and then we'd have so many sleepovers.
But we're not going to a sleepover. I mean, if your school doesn't allow other people, then why are we even here?
Because I want to help Ooptsy.
Wait. Oopsie, I have a question.
Hmm?
Moon glitter, don't.
MoonDustGlitterVioletSparkleWishes.
Yeah, that. You're not even a unicorn. How are you in unicorn schools?
No. The unicorns started the school, and I told you already, my dads are unicorns. And that's how I got into unicorn school, because you can go to unicorn school if you are a Fae, and I'm a Fae, because...
Here, oopsie out. What if your dads adopt us?
I was going to say that.
Oh, that sounds so exciting, and they would totally love it. I mean, you'd end up getting not just me and your family, but I have 3 other sisters too. Oh, that would be so exciting. Family reunions would be amazing. Now we can have sleepovers all the time.
So should we find your fathers?
It might be a lot quicker to go find my friend though, because my dads really like to go on vacation a lot.
Okay. Well, why don't we pretend that we were adopted by your fathers and then go into unicorn school?
Well, wait, don't we know a Dio? Couldn't Dio just get us in?
Yeah, my friend Dio could absolutely get us into unicorn school. It's super easy. We used to have sleepovers with elves and ogres and lots of people.
Okay. Let's go find Dio.
Okay.
Oopsie?
And she bows her head down.
I'm up there. Oopsie's been driving all the things. It's the best.
That's right. Okay.
I don't know where to go.
It's all good. MoonDustGlitterVioletSparkleWishes knows where to go. So deciding to stick to the adventure by a very narrow margin and not make this about the adoption proceedings of Fae parents, decided to follow MoonDustGlitterVioletSparkleWishes. Who knows that Dio lives near a bubbling hot spring where he has lots of parties with drinking and feasting and lots of some strange wrestling game, the rules of which were never very clear because sometimes it's just 2 people playing, but then sometimes he plays with a whole group of people, and it's really hard to say when the rules are because no matter who gets pinned, everyone seems quite happy and no one really wins or loses the match. But as you're moving through this lightly wooded area, you note that all of the trees seem to have very blue purplish leaves, and the wind seems to carry sort of a almost sweet candy scent to it. Before you begin to hear the distant sound of music and laughter, and it simply must be Dio and some of his friends. You're fairly certain. Maybe.
I recognize that smell and that music. That has to be Dio. Come on, guys, come on. Dio. I'm just like flying through the trees. Dio.
Are you still fairy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does she turn back into a Spriggan?
Not yet.
Not
Get a
yet.
couple hours.
Not until it'll hurt the most. Following Moondust, you come upon a bubbling hot spring, and you see about a dozen people lounging, drinking wine, eating from plates of cheese and rainbow-colored berries. Moondust, you recognize Dio immediately, sitting with his arms around a young man and a green-haired nymph in the water. He notices your arrival. He waves, a smile on his face. He has a pair of curled horns on the top of his head, and you can see that his legs are covered in coarse brown hair. Welcome to the party, friends. Take a load off, grab a glass, make yourselves at home. Despite the fact that you're all strangers, this man seems to be genuinely happy to see all of you and welcomes you with open arms.
I hug him.
Or he hugs right back. You see, that's good to see you. Everybody was so shocked when you took off for the mortal world, and here you are again. It's wonderful to see you.
So good to see you, Dio. These are my
I
Pizza,
see that.
Rias, Ooptsy, and Hawk.
Very pleased to meet you. You guys should all grab a drink, grab a snack, have a friend. Make out with somebody. It's all good.
What?
Huh?
Make out?
If you want. Or don't. Take a nap.
Oh,
Don't take a nap. Have some
right.
wine. Have some grape juice. We've got non-alcoholic things too. We know that alcohol is not everybody's bag.
Don't worry.
We have
people.
vegetarian options for those of you who aren't partial to meat. This party's got everything.
I don't want to eat myself again. That's weird.
Well, then have just meat. You don't have to eat vegetables either. You don't have to do anything you don't want here, but you can do anything you do want.
Oopsie, do you want to get down?
Yes, let's get down. Who's ready to get down?
Oopsie jumps in that fancy water.
It's
into the pool.
It's hot, delightfully warm. In your armor, it's a little weird. But I mean, I don't know that Oopsie really cares actually either way. When you splash into the water, like everybody is sort of like laughing and giggling, like they seem delighted by the fact that your exuberance seems delightful to a lot of them.
I'll look back and go, Oopsie gonna die anyway, so splish splash.
That's right, man. That's how we do things here. We're all gonna die someday, so why not make it a party?
Well, now hold on. What we need is to get into the university.
Uh-oh, sourpuss alert.
Don't be sour, Hawk. Don't be sour.
Don't be sour, Hawk. No, man. Grab a drink. You got a dog, man? That's awesome. I love dogs. Dogs are great.
Oh, Dio,
What's his
I
name?
almost forgot.
What?
I almost forgot.
What did you almost forget?
Well, my friend he's dying right now, and we have to help him.
Yeah, you've brought him to the right place. We're all here to have a good time until we die. That's how it goes here.
Well,
Good job, Moondust.
Well, yeah, and we used to have really amazing sleepovers, which was really fun. But I think it would be really good if I can get my friend with Ariadnell, because I think they'd be able to help my friend, and then we can come back and party for a long time.
Or you could just stay here and not go see that old bag. I mean, honestly, they're not going to be very friendly to a lot of you anyway. I mean, no offense, but you're mortals and they don't like that kind of thing. They're very weird and backwards at unicorn school sometimes.
Hawk goes, yeah, I knew he wasn't cool enough to get us in.
The whole party goes quiet. I need you to make a diplomacy check.
Oh, what? This might be a great time to have a reroll.
You still have one.
Well, actually, you do.
Because diplomacy, this is what they call a flat check.
Oh, good God.
The worst case scenario, he's just a sourpuss again. That's a 15 on the dice.
All right. You see, like everybody goes dead quiet. Dio looks at you and he's like, hey, man, I'm cool. All right. So maybe you should just chill out a little.
Maybe I could chill knowing that my friend would not die a horrible doomed death. His healthiness makes it so I can enter a more relaxed state.
Dio looks over at you, Moondust. He's like, are you sure about this square? Is this really what you want to do, is go back to school?
I mean, you used to be able to get people in and out of unicorn school all the time. So that's why you were the first person I thought of. But if I have to go
Yes.
and talk to Dimitri, because...
I can
be able to
get
get us
people into unicorn school. I can do that. That's not the issue here. Look, if you were so hot to get to unicorn school, I've got what you need. Got one of these maps, you see. There's this tunnel that I used to get mortals in through. Nobody knew it was there. Goes right under the bramble wall, all right? Now, like, I haven't been there in a long time, because honestly, unicorn school, what am I
It's
gonna
the
do?
best
Hang
place
around
ever.
someplace that I don't even go to anymore?
How come you two are friends and one of you hates unicorn school and the other one doesn't? I just don't understand.
There's nothing to
Look,
hate
I don't
about unicorn
hate
school.
unicorn school. It was fine at the time, but I'm just saying, look at my life now. Why would I want to go back?
Because who wouldn't want to take classes about rainbows and sparkles and the importance of kindness and asking permission before you hug people? I'm still working
Well,
on
look, I'm very down with asking for permission, but I already learned those things. So why go back? But if you want to go back, I will get you back there. Climbs up out of the water. Goes over, there's this big wooden chest over in this sort of pavilion tent. Throws it open, he starts digging through things. Comes back a couple of minutes later after just making this huge mess in the tent. And he's got this rolled up like scroll. He says, all right. Unfurls it. Says, right here, that's where the tunnel is. You take this map, and that's going to get you right in there. And again, I haven't been down there in a long, long time. So, be careful. But
Thank you.
this will get you in right through the bramble wall. Nobody will be the wiser.
Oh, good. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Dio.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. You sure you don't want to just stay here forever?
Maybe we can come back and party with you and get down and have fun later, but we need to save our friend.
Well, that's one philosophy. All right, guys. Well, bye. He just walks over back and gets back into the pool. A few minutes later, he seems to have completely forgotten that you existed. He's, laughing with his friends, drinking wine, eating. What do you guys do?
Isn't he the best?
Ooptsy's gonna climb out of the water, kind of shake himself off, and go and hug everyone. Be like, it's okay. When Ooptsy die, you get Pickle and Will. You get Will Pickle.
No.
You get Will Pickle, and like everybody there.
Ooptsy, hey, Ooptsy.
You get
wanna
Will Pickle
ride the
too.
dog? Do you want to ride the dog?
I mean, of course, Ooptsy will drive dog.
Well, you haven't done it yet. Oh, you got to catch him. You got to catch him, Ooptsy.
Ooptsy throws a pickle at his face, and while he's distracted, jumps on there.
All right, Ooptsy is driving the dog.
And now Ooptsy will come with us.
All right. So using Dio's map, you begin tracking your way through the woods. You find yourselves after about an hour or two, you find yourselves looking up at there's this massive wall of shifting, writhing brambles. MoonDustGlitterVioletSparkleWishes, you know that this is the wall around Unicorn School campus, and that if your friends were to try to climb or cut their way through, it'd almost certainly be hugged to death by the spiny vines that make up its structure. However, you do see, right where Dio said it would be, there is an outcropping of rock and earth that interrupts the shifting wall of brambles, and there appears to be a crevice in the rocks that you could all squeeze through. Hopefully, it widens deeper in. Otherwise, it's going to be a very tight and uncomfortable journey. What do you guys do?
Can even a dinosaur squeeze through that?
Yes.
These are important questions.
You have to go through there.
Oh.
Dinosaurs don't have bones. They have cartilage. and can squeeze through rocks easily.
GM logic.
Thank you for being fair and just right now.
Jim,
Dinosaurs are sharks here? Cool.
Yes.
Jim, I'm using my feet. Lie to me? Are you lying to me right now?
You know what? I need. Then Peepa dies in the brambles, and that's all there is to it. I got nothing else for her.
Okay, no, it's definitely true. The word of God is yes, whatever he speaks.
MoonDustGlitterVioletSparkleWishes will just fly right through.
MoonDustGlitterVioletSparkleWishes. This is like a cavern for you. You just zip right in, no problems.
See, guys, it's so easy. Come on.
But is it dark in there? Because I don't think I can do magic in this.
Is it dark?
It is dark.
I cast dancing lights. It's not dark anymore.
Great. Thank you.
Oh, don't go!
So, Moondust, you zip through this crack, and a few feet in, it actually does widen up into a larger room, and you can see that across the room, there is like this ladder that leads up. You're like, oh yeah, I guess that's right where you would go. And so your friends are calling in through the crevice after you, and you cast dancing lights, and the whole cavern lights up. And that is when you notice that beneath your feet, where your feet would be if you had to stand, but you are in fact a flying creature. So beneath you on the ground is a huge mass of bones, some of them disturbingly humanoid. And as your friends begin to walk up to the rocks and to squeeze through, something that appears next to you. It was not there before, but the air just shimmers and there's this burst of magic, and suddenly a massive, like bull-sized spider appears from thin air next to you and lunges towards you. And it is now time for you to revert back to Spriggan bully form.
Oh boy. Okay.
Hey!
What was that, Ooptsy?
That was a natural 20 on the die, so 26.
I have a 26 too.
Who's got a bigger initiative bonus?
I'm +9 with perception, or +6 with perception.
I'm +10.
All right, let's go Beepa first.
Sorry.
Hawk?
I have a total of 10.
Oh, Hawk.
Just out of curiosity, is there anything that happens when someone rolls a 1 on initiative?
No.
Thank
Nothing,
goodness.
nothing extra happens.
You die.
You just
Horribly.
get an embarrassingly low initiative, that's all. Rias?
18.
18. So it looks like everybody goes before Hawk, who is slow and old and probably shouldn't even be on adventures anymore, let's face it.
Listening to that hipster.
Moondust, what did you get?
23.
23.
Michael Jordan.
Peepa, you are up first. You hear this like shriek from inside the cave. You can't really see, you can see light coming out because of the magic, but it's you'd have to squeeze. You can't really tell what's going on in there. You do.
I'm gonna run and charge right in if I can, or squeeze.
All right, make an acrobatics check to try to squeeze through.
11 plus 11.
22. You actually you managed to. It takes 2 actions, but you squeeze all the way through, and you are now in this room. And you can see that there is a huge, multicolored, bristle-furred spider threatening Moondust in this cave. You have 1 action left.
Can I move up to it with my last action?
You can. You rush up to challenge it, taking us to Ooptsy's turn.
Thank you.
Well, first I have to tell you, Crossbones donated $30. Says, Evil Jim Jam, 6 edges to cause the most pain.
Oh, very good. I will cause horrible pain.
What does mean?
And then, Oopsy's gonna drive the dog through the hole.
Okay. You do need to make a nature check to command your mount.
Yeah. Oh, that's really good. Nature. 22.
Me too. You just sort of like spur the dog forward, and it looks back at Hawk, and Hawk like nods, and the dog goes charging forward. You need to make an acrobatics check if you want to try to squeeze through this this crevasse.
22.
22. Okay. You guys, again, it takes you to basically at this point 1 action to command the mount, and then 2 actions, but you are now on the other side of this hole, and you're in this big lit up cavern, and you can see the spider, you can see Moondust, you see Peepa. Looks terrifying, but it is the end of your actions.
Is it a bone spider or is it like a real spider?
It does look to be living, but it is a strange mixture of multicolored hues, and the air around it does seem to shimmer with an ethereal light. That does take us to Moondust's turn.
Go invisible.
You are a Spriggan bully again.
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
Well, I go invisible, then turn into this.
No.
I fall 60 feet from the air that I was flying and take damage.
You couldn't possibly have been 60 feet up because you were in a cave.
I scream at it, because I'm scared.
Okay.
But to the creature, it would look like I'm like roar, but really on the inside I'm like
An intimidating scream. Okay, go ahead and.
Intimidating scream. I'm gonna cast fear.
Okay. I need to make a will save then, I believe. That is a 19.
I'm trying to find it. No. I don't think so. Unsure.
I don't know what.
Maybe.
I don't know what the DCs are.
Okay, it's fine. I'm gonna look it up right now. You have your spell DC. Where do you even have a spell? There it is. Spell DC is 20. So
no.
There you go. It's a failure. On a failure, I'm frightened 2. So I get a little shaken by this.
I mean, Jim, you got some edges.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I needed to cause the maximum amount of pain, so I'll go ahead and just bump myself up from a 19 to a 20.
And I will
which
sink
is
you.
Success.
Sink.
I have more edges than you have sinks, so I'll go ahead and throw another edge on it.
Why would you guys remind him?
This is what our
don't want me to use the edges against them. That's why.
Yeah.
They're throwing you to the wolves.
Thanks,
On a success,
guys.
I'm still frightened 1. So I'm still frightened 1. Okay. You cast your spell, screaming. I believe you have 1 action left.
I'm gonna move away from this creature.
You move away from the spiderino. All right. You get 20 feet away from the spider, and now it is the spider's turn. It sees now that there's a whole grouping of creatures in front of it, so it just sort of lifts up its body, and you see these spinnerets just flailing wildly on its abdomen, and it just lets loose this spray of webbing across Peepa and Ooptsy and the doggy. So I'm gonna need reflex save from you two.
Am I using mine or
You're gonna need to make so
Ajax?
Hawk. You'll need to make a separate save for the dog, and
Yeah.
Ooptsy, you're gonna make a save for yourself.
So Sarah BC1 became Bit Boss at some point and gave me a reroll. Thank you,
Okay.
Sarah. I'm going to use that because I rolled a 2.
Oh.
So, thank you, Sarah.
Nice.
Oh, it's not even better.
only a 14?
Ooh.
16. No, sorry,
Oh,
excuse me.
no.
You said reflex. Yeah, 16. That's right.
16 is a failure. How's the doggy doing?
Only a 9.
Oh,
All
man.
right, you are all 3 covered in this thick, sticky webbing and immobilized. You are stuck to the floor. You cannot move from where you are.
Great.
And the spider then turns around and goes charging after Moondust, but does not have another action to attack her. So we will move on to Rias's turn.
Okay. I hear all this commotion. I'm gonna squeeze in to the room.
Acrobatics me.
Acrobatics, you. That's really good for me. Ooh, that's I'm gonna add. Do I have my edge? No, I already got rid of my edge. That's a 9.
Oh no, you are stuck now in the crevasse, and you cannot you're just stuck there, blocking the way. That's gonna be a real problem for Hawk, and it's his turn.
I lose all my actions because I'm
You spend
stuck?
on a critical failure, you spend all 3 actions and get stuck. Hawk.
Can I see over Rickis?
No, he's a 7-foot tall lizard man.
Oh wow, you're a big boy.
He's a big boy. He is completely blocking the way. You could try to pull, he didn't barely get anywhere in there, so you could try to pull him free with an athletics check if you wanted to.
Yeah. I mean, because he's stuck, so I'm
Oh yeah.
What's an 8 get?
No. You are trying to pull him, but he's really jammed in there. He has thoroughly wedged himself. You waste with a critical failure, you waste 2 actions trying to get him out. You do have 1 action left.
Let's try again.
All right.
I cracked it twice in a row.
Oh my god.
Going to jail.
How many do you have in jail now?
Just 2.
Oh,
They were
Hawk.
my favorite 2 up until this point.
You do have a reroll. You have a hero point.
Oh, that's true. You know what? We gotta get in there. I'm using a reroll.
No.
Did you
Oh,
pull
man.
dice out of jail
Oh,
and
man.
then re-roll it?
I didn't pull it out of jail, but
I
this
think-
one's going immediately into jail.
I think Nathan needs to go to jail. That's just the only solution here.
What'd you roll? What'd you roll?
Would you call Nathan a
no.
liability at this point?
Oh no! All right, Hawk. You try as you might. You are just unable to get him unstuck. In fact, you probably actually made it worse, and the DC to unstick yourself, Rias, has gotten more difficult.
Oh, no.
No.
New dice.
Pipa, you are
Yes.
immobilized now. You can struggle against the webbing and try to rip your way free,
Yeah.
but until you do, you can't move, and you're not in range of the spider right now.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna try and release myself from the webbing.
Okay, you need to make an escape attempt, which is
How
going
do I
to
do
be
that?
acrobatics or athletics.
Okay, I'll have the athletics for me.
Okay.
Okay, 24.
24 is enough. Your powerful dinosaur muscles ripple. You rip through the webbing. You are now no longer immobilized, but it did take you 1 action to become not immobilized.
And then can I run, or it's 2 actions. Can I do the clobbering charge at it?
Yeah, clobbering charge.
Perfect. See, 6 plus 11?
17 is not a hit. This thing.
Okay, that's fine.
It's you actually strike its hide, but it's incredibly tough, and it also seems to almost phase out of existence just as you're about to hit it, and then all of a sudden it's just not there, and then it is you blink and it's there again. It's so weird.
Oh, I'm gonna be unuseful. And that's it. That's all I can do then. I'll just stay
That's
next.
all you can do. Oopsie, same deal. You're stuck in the webbing. You can unstick yourself, or you could make ranged attacks and stuff. You just can't move.
How far am I from it?
About 25 feet away.
Okay. I will draw my glaive so I have it in
Okay.
my hand and then
Yep.
use it to try and cut myself out for
Sure.
flavor text.
Make an escape attempt. Acrobatics or athletics, your
We're doing
choice.
acrobatics. The natural 20, Jim.
Yeah.
Nice. You easily cut your way free. The doggy is still stuck, but you can move
Oh,
out.
puppy.
I will make my way, or I guess my last action, I will move next to the spider.
All right, you move up next to the spider. Now it is Moondust's turn.
Still stuck in the web.
You are not stuck in the web because it didn't catch you in the web.
No, who is?
Oh, the dog. Currently, the
Just
doggy
the
is the
dog?
only one in the
Okay.
web. Yep.
I'm going to going to scream at it again and try to make it scared.
Okay. You're going to try to make it scared. It is going to try a will save. Oh, that is a critical failure. That is a natural 1.
Huzzah!
It is frightened 3 and must flee.
Ooh.
Sucks.
Take that, you scared spider.
Yeah.
Go back to your other world.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Okay. You have 1 action left.
That's it.
Okay. The spider, terrified of the magic flowing from your Spriggan bully body, you bully it into leaving forever. No, it does, like, for a moment, it seems to, like, panic, and then it just disappears. And that's all it does. Like, I mean, as far, like, it's gone. It is now Rias's turn.
Rias gotta get unstuck.
All right. You got to get unstuck. Go ahead and make an escape attempt. Athletics or acrobatics will do it.
Cool.
Do you want to go towards the interior of the cave or towards the outside?
Towards the interior.
All right, towards the interior. Try to just shove your way through.
Come on with my +1. 14.
14. Man, if Hawk hadn't messed it up for you,
Do you have any
might have gotten
edges?
through.
No.
As it is, you do make some progress, but you're still in the crevasse. So
You have an overcharge.
Yeah,
with
it's damage.
at the end of 2 actions, you're like you can like reach into the cave, but you can't quite get out.
I'm still stuck. Give me a
Still
push,
stuck.
Hawk.
Hawk, it's your turn. You could make your way. You could start your way in, but you do know that Rias is blocking things for you.
I guess I'll start my way in.
All right, make that acrobatics to squeeze through.
18?
All right, yeah. You're making your way through. You just kind of bump up next to Rias, his big lizard body. It's like he forgot to lower the frills, and if he would just like lower them, he could fit through, but he refuses to. It's very frustrating. It is Peepa's turn.
Oh, okay. I'm right next to it.
It's gone.
It's gone. You're
Yeah,
right.
you saw Moondust shriek at it, and it like freaked out and left, but it disappeared right before your eyes.
So is it gone, everyone? I mean, what happened?
I don't know. What are we fighting?
Spider.
Is there any way I can run over to Rias and try to like gently grab him in my mouth and pull him through?
You could try to do that. Yes, you could try to pull him through. Just make an athletics check to try to rip him out of there.
So I don't. Oh no!
You eat him.
I rolled a 1.
Oh no, you rush up and you try to like grab him with your mouth and you chomp down on his scales. I need you to deal. Do you have a jaw attack? Or a bite?
It only tells me I have the 2 things. Like
Okay, then we're just gonna say just roll 1d6 and add your strength bonus.
I do have total concealment, Jim, on being attacked.
I guess technically that's true. So you could roll the die again, Peepa.
Roll it twice.
Roll the die one more. Roll the d20 again.
Oh, the
That's what I'm thinking on
d20.
the die, yeah.
14. Do I add anything?
That is a success. That will beat his concealment. So you do chomp down on Rias. And he loses that darn concealment that he's been carrying around for like 12 episodes.
Wow.
So
Well,
1d6
you're welcome,
plus-
Jim.
1d6 plus your strength modifier damage to Rias.
That's 8 points.
8 points of damage as Peepa just rushes up and bites you.
8 points. Oh my goodness! I lost my card.
I'm sorry. Usually I help.
And I spit the blood out.
Yeah. Oh no. Oopsie. What do you do?
I look around. Is there any sight of this spider?
You can make a seek check if you would like.
Would. Only 16.
16, you're looking around. You do not see this creature anywhere. It's like it was there 1 second and it's just gone.
To ready in action is 2 or 3?
Readying in action is 2 actions.
Okay, I'll ready that if he comes within range of my glaive, which has reach, I will swipe it.
Okay.
That's it.
What was that?
That's it.
Okay. Moondust.
Everyone, we have to hurry. It's gonna come back and it's gonna try to eat us.
I'm trying.
I'm trying.
Everyone, come this way. In my first action, I'm gonna move.
Okay.
And then can I ready my next actions?
Yeah, you can. So if you spend 2 actions, you can ready an action. So what's your readied action?
If it pops back up into sight and or one of my friends, well, yeah, if it pops back up into sight, I will scream at it again.
Okay. Alrighty. Getting a lot of mileage out of this fear spell.
She doesn't use weapons.
Just refuses. I didn't know that about her. I did not know that. You shoot me all the time, liar. You shoot me like on a regular basis.
No, she uses a bow, but it does fun things, and there's nothing fun about killing people. And also, she doesn't believe in murder or death or killing. They just go to sleep for a really long time.
But do Spriggan.
Death. Kill.
It's fine. On my turn, suddenly this creature reappears, and it's right in front of you, Ooptsy, which is going to trigger your reaction, and it's also going to trigger Moondust.
It's only a 19 to hit.
19 will not hit.
What if I don't have anything to do to it? Got it.
Well, that's not going to work for you. And then the will save, we're looking at a 30.
Oh, God.
Jeez.
30? Holy cow.
Yeah. You win.
That is going to do it.
Shoot.
So on a it is unaffected by the fear spell, and it is going to try to bite Ooptsy. It's going to try to bite him.
I'm going to sink you one, Jim.
All right, you sink me once. Sink me once. The bite's coming in, and it's going to hit an armor class 20 with the sink. 22. Then it's still frightened 2. So it's going to take an additional -2 to be an even 20.
Well, I am at a 21, sir.
So I have to maximize my pain output by go ahead and adding some edges to hit you.
Well, what did
2
you take
edges
it to?
has to do it.
It's interesting because what did you take it to?
22. With 2 edges.
I'll utilize my nimble dodge to gain a +2 bonus to AC to get to 23.
Woo! Michael Jordan!
Nice.
Can I use another one of these edges to make it a 23?
Well, I'll use the mercy to get rid of some of the damage.
You can do that.
Jim, can I use my sink to take
get out of here. Leave me alone. These people requested pain, all right? Damn it.
Okay, that's fine.
Piercing damage is looking like its fangs sink into your shoulder, dealing 11 points of piercing damage. And I need you to make a fortitude save.
Well, I'm going to use both of my mercies. I want to take 3 points of the damage.
Okay, fair enough.
And you said fortitude?
Fortitude.
Adding 11 to the 16 that I rolled. 27.
27 is a success. You are not subject to its horrible venoms.
Oh.
Well, good.
Which is good. Which is very good. It's coming back into into view was 1 action. Its bite was a 2nd action. I will use my 3rd action to attack a 2nd time. That one is only going to be a 15 to hit. And I don't need 1,000 bonuses to know that that's not going to do it. Oopsie.
Well,
So
I can
we
only
move
do that
on.
once around.
We move on to Rias' turn.
Rias is still stuck in the wall. He's
still stuck.
I'm stuck.
All right.
Same number, 14.
14.
have any-
However, since you were already almost out, that is enough to basically you just stumble into the cavern now.
Good.
There's this big giant spider that you saw just like appear as if from nowhere, bite Ooptsy. What do you do?
Was that just one action on
One
stuff
action
myself?
to get into the room, yeah. You were at the very edge.
Sure, I'll do a knowledge check. Can I do a knowledge check on this?
Yes, you can. You are looking for Arcana, Nature, or Occultism.
Ooh. Okay, I'll go with Arcana. 17.
17. You're not certain what you're looking at. You've never seen a spider that can just like seemingly appear as if from nothing. The weird sort of ethereal aura around it is confusing and bewildering. Must be some strange fey creature that you've never heard of.
Gross. Well, great. I'm glad I was helpful with that. Let me see. I will then cast some guidance and put it over onto Peepa.
Peepa, getting some guidance.
And that is all 3 of my stuff.
Hawk, that big fat lizard's no longer in your way. What are you gonna do?
I would like to get out of the wall, unless
All
I
right.
can shoot my bow from where I am.
Yep. What was that?
Can I just shoot my bow from where I am?
No, you're in like you've got like there's no way you could draw a bow and fire while you're squeezing between the rocks.
That is what they call a natural 20.
All right. You pop right out of the rocks. Now you can fire away.
Pop rock.
Fire. Okay, so I will. The beastie's out, right?
Beastie's out.
Right. Hunt prey. Fire
It's
bow.
hunted.
Twice.
All right.
Pew pew. Pew pew. Well, there's no way about it. That's a critical failure.
Oopsie's right there.
Oh no.
Oh no, a critical failure, and Oopsie's right between you and this big spider.
No.
Reroll to try and get.
Oh, there's nothing you
lizard out of
can
my
do
way.
about it.
If
Should I get my
Go
crystal
ahead.
costume?
He'll die.
Why don't you roll a second attack roll that's
Oh,
separate from your actual second attack?
Okay.
Sink him.
Would you roll another 20?
No.
Or 1?
But it is a 21.
All right, that would hit Oopsie.
Yeah.
You
dodge.
deal regular bow damage, no precision, no bonuses from any of your hunted prey stuff. Regular bow damage against Oopsie.
6.
6 points of piercing damage. As Oopsie, you feel this arrow just thunk into your shoulder. Hawk has betrayed you. He has joined the spider.
No, don't shoot Oopsie, shoot Spider. Thank you.
Hawk, I do believe you had a second attack that was against the spider too.
Oh yeah, I do
was
shoot
a
2
double attack.
arrows.
Yeah.
So the second one would be a 15.
That is a miss. Terrible turn for the worst adventurer. Really should just not be here, you know? It is Peepa's turn.
Can I give Oopsie my mercy?
No. There's no mercy. here.
Okay. I'm right next to it, so I'm
You sure are.
gonna skull attack it.
Skull attack.
Here we go. Oh, 14?
14 is a miss.
All right, I'm gonna skull attack again. +6. Oh no, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 is a miss, and we're gonna go one more time. And that's a 1.
Wow, you guys went from just 20, 20, 20, 19 on the die, 20 to nothing. This is looking nasty.
Giant by a spider.
This spider is rough stuff. Its ability to just seemingly phase in and out of existence seems to make it especially hard to pin down. It's like every time you think that you've got it, it just isn't there all of a sudden and then pops back into being. It is Oopsie's turn.
Okay, there's a giant spider. Or did it pop away?
It's still there, yes.
Okay.
The other popping away is just flavor for the missing.
Now Oopsie's angry because Hawk shot him. But he's close.
I agree. Kill him.
You got my
Take him
dog
out.
caught in a web.
Your dog failed to save.
Used to being driven.
I'm gonna strike in an upward fashion with my glaive here.
All right.
I don't know that this will hit. Will a 19 hit?
It's not gonna do it.
Oh no.
He's
Okay.
incredibly
I'm
hard to
going
pin
crit
down.
fishing. Going crit fishing here. Second attack. That's an 18. Not gonna do it. Third attack. I believe after mathed out, that's going to be a critical fail.
Oh no. Glaive's
Two.
coming in, swinging. This thing is so fast. Its hide is tough. Even though you actually strike it once, you can't actually break through this like thick, coarse furred carapace around its abdomen. It seems just futile to try to keep going, but what else could you possibly do? Moondust, your friends are in dire trouble. What do you do?
I yell at this mean spider.
You yell at the mean spider.
Oh yeah, I'm.
Doesn't your creature have weapons?
She doesn't use weapons.
I thought
As
that
she
she was
explained.
I
That is-
thought she was the bully.
There's only a 19 total, which I know is a failure from our last time, so it becomes frightened 2. Lots of frightened. He's very frightened. At the end of every turn, he becomes unfrightened, but then you yell at him again, he becomes frightened again. All right,
Yeah.
he's shaken.
Does he have anything inanimate on him?
No, this didn't have equipment or anything. It's just a big old spider.
There are a bunch of bones lying around though.
There are a lot of bones, yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Won't help me, I don't think. Unless I can make the bones explode and send shards of it toward the spider.
I believe you're talking about the shatter spell.
I don't think it works here.
No, it does not.
So how close am I to the spider?
You said you moved away, so I would guess you're probably 20 feet away.
Okay. I'm gonna move another 20 feet away and
Okay.
call it a turn.
All right, you are basically like right next to this ladder that leads up. You know that if you could get up the ladder and out of here, you could be free.
Guys, hurry! Run over here! There's a ladder we can get up and we can escape this thing!
You are gonna have to leave somebody behind as a gift for the spider, but you can all, the rest of you could escape.
I'm
Okay. Ajax is webbed up, so we're good.
Oh no! Oh,
How dare you?
It is the spider's turn. The spider's gonna try to chomp down on this annoying dinosaur that's right next to it.
Come on.
Coming in with the fangs on that
cute.
dino. That is going to. Oh my gosh, a natural 1. This is so bad. I'm gonna re-roll it because that's so bad.
You can't re-roll ones.
Yes, I can.
you
That's
take some of
that's
my
exactly what I use natural ones or re-rolls
I
to
was
do.
trying to throw you off.
That is much better, bringing my total up to a 32.
Oh,
You say
Yeah.
32?
32.
I'm gonna use my mercy on what you do. But go
What if-
ahead.
Is that
What
critical?
if the spider
that is
hesitated
way
under
critical.
the weight of its
Hold
sin?
on.
Oh yeah, that's a
I hate
critical
that
on you.
ability so much. I'll just
Yeah.
reduce the damage. I'm not gonna give
my
up a critical
AC
for.
My AC
feel
is
bad.
19, so it's a critical.
All right. You're
I'm
gonna
using
reduce this
mercy.
damage by some from your mercies and because of Ooptsy's horrible ability. That should be stricken from the records forever. But the total is 26 points of piercing damage. Comes in with the fangs right in your rib cage, just pumping venom into your body. You can reduce that by, was it 6 for your ability, Ooptsy?
6 for me, and it's enfeebled too.
And it's enfeebled 2. And frightened, so that's an additional minus 2 on top of its
So-
frightened.
So 6 is what he takes away from you.
Yeah, so you take 26 down to 6, down 6 is 20. Then you have mercies, right?
I have 1 mercy.
1 mercy, which is going to reduce it by an additional 4, so you take 16 points of damage. But I do need to make a fortitude save.
Okay. Oh, okay. Where's my? 13 plus 12, 25.
25, you're okay.
Oof.
There's all your good rolls. Not when I want you to fail things. That'll take us. That was my first
Oh.
attack.
That was your first attack.
That was my first attack. What am I
Oh,
doing? What am I talking about?
no.
I just did one attack, so I'm going to go ahead and try to bite you a second time.
No.
That one is going to hit armor class 16. Actually, no, because if it's enfeebled condition, 14.
No.
All right. It's not going to bother crit hunting because it knows that it's a smart cookie. It's a very intelligent creature. It is actually just going to disappear from existence, leaving us with Rias.
Jeez. Reese is gonna run over to Peepasaur. Glowing fingers, Undeath's Blessing, and then gonna cast Harm on her to heal her up.
All
some.
right.
So Peepa starts feeling a little gross, but you feel better.
Ew.
Oh, nice. Max healing, 10 points.
Woo, thank you. Okay. Feel a little better.
All right.
And that's what I got. Move
Just
over
activate.
Undeath's Blessing and Harm.
Hawk, it is your action. You don't see any creature around you. You do see that MoonDustGlitterVioletSparkleWishes is over by this ladder, and she's just shouting for everybody to come join her. What do?
Hawk is known for shooting invisible things. So I think he's going to try to perceive, if he can, where the creature is.
Sure. Make a perception check.
25.
25. You sense nothing. Like it is as if the creature is truly not here.
Well, that's different. I think Hawk would. Is there like a ledge, or does the ladder lead?
The ladder leads. It looks like it goes like there's this like a ledge up there. The ladder leads up to a ledge, and then there might be like a door or something up there beyond there.
Okay, I think Hawk would. Get up high to where he could shoot down on the thing.
Okay.
So he'll move to the ladder and climb it.
All right. At the end of your turn, you get to the top of this ledge. You do see that there is indeed a door up here. You're looking down over the chaos below. It is now Peepa's turn.
And I don't have climb, but can I try and climb this ladder?
You have tiny little arms and your feet. You can shimmy up the ladder.
Okay, I'm going to shimmy up the ladder.
All right, it's
Shimmying ladder
it's
dino.
hilarious looking. This dinosaur climbs the
tail
ladder
butts
with its tiny
in the
little
way.
claw arms and its tails everywhere. Its big haunches swaying.
I'm just
you
like,
get up to the
watch
top of the ladder.
below.
Oopsie, it is your turn.
Can I delay until Rias and
You can.
Moondust
You can delay.
are up the ladder?
You can delay. Moondust, it's your turn.
I'm gonna climb up the ladder after Peepa.
Climb up the ladder. You still have 2 actions left at the top of the ladder because you were already there.
What do we see?
There's a door.
I open the door.
You open the door. You looks like you're looking into like an old dusty basement of some kind.
Would I recognize it?
I mean, sure. I mean, you would. I mean, it has to be some place in Unicorn School.
Okay. Peepa, I think this is the basement of Unicorn School. This is good. That means we're here, but everyone's got to hurry up and come up here.
Okay, everyone hurry up.
All right. It is now my turn. I believe Rias is the only person still down. Or no, Oopsie is as well.
I'm down there until Rias is up, yeah.
Technically Ajax.
Technically Ajax too, but I think I know exactly what I'm gonna do. Rias, you're looking out over the room. You're thinking to yourself, I gotta get to this ladder. And then all of a sudden, as you're looking up at your friends, your view is completely blocked by the sudden, instantaneous appearance of this shimmering spider. And already its fangs are like coming in at your face as it appears from thin air.
You don't want to do
That is going to be with the minuses because I'm enfeebled and I'm still frightened one.
I've got one think. I'm gonna give you a think.
All right.
And I'm
With
going to give
all-
Adam my edge.
With all of my minuses, that is going to be at 25 to hit.
Oh my god.
Dang it! Yes, it's a hit.
Not a
Is
crit,
it a
though, is it?
critical?
Yeah, it is not a crit.
All right, so I think that
Thankfully for
enfeebled probably
them.
saved you.
Yes, it did.
All right, so you are going to take 16 points of damage.
Jeez.
16 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a fortitude save.
Okie dokie. One sec. Let me get my hit points together. And you said a fortitude save?
Yep.
Fortitude. That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 is a failure.
Oh.
Poison courses through your body. You take 4 points of poison damage, and you are clumsy 1.
Oh, dang it! I'm going to use my... I've got 2 mercies. I'm going to use both of those.
All right. Mercying up. That's all I can do.
You said,
Does not appear to have...
you said clumsy 1?
You are clumsy 1, that's right. Does not appear to have any other actions. Getting back into this world seems to take some effort from it. It is Hawk's turn.
All right. Well, now I've got the beastie right there. I've already hunted that prey, so
Mhm.
I'm going to take a nice, slow, steady hunter's aim. It will take 2 actions. to get
Okay.
the beastie, but we'll see if it does what I need. With a 19 on the dice, that will make it a 30 to hit.
It's not a critical.
What if I add an edge?
What would that make it?
31.
Are you going to add your edge?
I'm gonna give my edge to Nathan.
Okay.
I'll add it. We're all
So that makes us a 32?
Wait, Adam Con, did you use my edge?
What? No, I didn't.
Okay, I give you my edge too, Nathan.
33.
I don't think I had.
That is now the famous Hawk critical.
Yeah!
Kill it with fire!
Thank you for the donations, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
So much thanks.
Okay. I gotta get all the dice because it's 4d8.
48.
Yeah. Right? No. Sorry. Am I doing this right?
It's 10d8.
It's 12d8. And then
Plus 96. Cool.
no, I gotta get this d10 because it's the deadly.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. It's 2d8. 2d8. What? That seems wrong. Good night, guys.
You have precision damage, don't you?
Oh, that's why I was having that many more d8s. Yeah. Thanks, Jim.
This guy doesn't even know how to actually kill me.
Should have killed the dog.
I haven't done this all night, but I can remember it. Ooh, that's okay. Couple good things there. 7 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. 12 and 7 is 19. 20 plus 2. 22 points of damage.
22 points of damage. Your arrow just explodes through this creature's abdomen. It is seriously injured, but it is not dead.
Well, then I guess I'll have to use my last action to take 2 more shots at it.
Yeah, I guess you will, won't ya?
Yeah. All right. With a total of 18 plus 5, that's 23.
Michael Jordan.
That hits.
Yeah.
Full hit. Let me just roll. Is that right? Only 3 damage on that one. And then what is 14 won't hit?
No.
Okay. It was worth a shot.
2 arrows come sailing down, one just blasting this creature. The other one, a minor hit, but still sticking in the little joint between its abdomen and one of its 8 spindly legs. This creature is grievously wounded, and it is Peepa's turn.
Oh, can't do anything from up here.
And you're already up the ladder.
I'm going to wait and see if we go through the door then. I'm going to open
Right.
the door. You know what? I'm going to try opening the door.
Oh, the door's open.
Oh. I can't leave my
Open
friends
the door.
behind. I'm going to wait right at the top of the stairs.
You're gonna wait. Oopsie. Riest is in trouble, but it doesn't
How
look
far
like this.
from Rias am I?
Maybe 20 feet.
Okay. First action, move next to Rias and the spider.
Mm-hmm.
Second action, lay on hands on Rias.
Okay.
He gets
Thank you.
6 back and +2 AC for 1 round.
Ooh.
Third action, I will come down and try and sever like the mandibles off of this spider guy here.
Alrighty.
Come on.
Hey, it's not a natural 20, but it's pretty good. 29.
29 is a hit.
That is going to be almost, not quite, but almost max damage for a total of mathing in my brain right now.
Get him. Get him.
19 damage.
Damage.
Ooh-wee.
Alright, this thing is not looking good now. It is still up, but it is oozing ichor, and one of its legs is sort of dangling almost uselessly to the side, and it looks like it is having a much tougher time than it anticipated with this quick meal it was hoping to get. Moondust, the way out is before you. Your friends seem to be holding back, waiting for everybody to catch up. What do you do?
I'm gonna like stick my head down the stairs and I'm gonna look at the spider and I'm say, hey, leave my friends alone. I'm gonna try to scare it.
You're trying to scare the spider. That is
What's your got?
a 20 even. So it is a success, but it still becomes frightened 1. So it is a little shaken after all this screaming and all this damage it's been taking. You do have 1 action left.
I put my head out from there and stand up with Peepa.
All right, you're waiting with Peepa. It is my turn. This creature, it is smart, and it does see that things have turned a little. It was hoping for a tasty snack, but I don't think it's. I think it knows. It knows the jig is up. It does disappear in a flash. It is simply gone.
Like a different type of disappearance?
No, same thing that
Before?
you've been seeing it do.
Okay.
It just disappears from view. Rias, it is your turn.
Sure. Rias will use an action, go over to the ladder. Second action, up the ladder.
Yep.
And third action, he's gonna pull out a bottle out of his
Alright.
pouch.
Sure. Why don't you make another fortitude save for me at the end of your turn?
Oh, poop.
Puke.
Puke. Puke, puke. Oh my gosh. That's a natural 1, Jim.
Oh no.
Overcharge it.
Overcharge it. I don't have an overcharge. You are gonna proceed to the next down the poison track stage from 1 to 3. And it's bad. You're gonna take 16 points of poison damage.
Oh my gosh.
You are now clumsy 3. And you are slowed 2.
For real?
Clumsy 3?
Yep.
Slowed 2?
Yep.
That's even, wow, that's even slower than
I'm slower than Harry Plopper.
Slower than Harry Plopper.
Oh
But I
man.
made it to the top of the
You are at the top of the ladder. Hawk, it is your action.
I would like to hold a bow shot until I see the beastie.
Ready in action to fire. All right, Peepa.
I'm gonna wait up here again.
You're
Make
waiting,
sure everyone comes up here. Yeah.
waiting for everybody to get out safely. Oopsie, it is your turn.
Okay, question. I believe I'm the only one down here. apart from
Apparently,
Agent,
yes.
Right?
Yep.
Is Ajax still stuck in the web?
Yes.
Can I glaive him out of the web and let him run out of the cave kind of thing?
Yeah, you try that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to use an action to do that.
All right, you cut away the webs. Ajax immediately leaps to his feet. What's next?
If he's free, then I'm gonna go up the ladder.
All right, you run up the ladder. Ajax can't get up the ladder, but he can run out of the cave. He seems to be torn on what to do. MoonDustGlitterVioletSparkleWishes is your turn.
I'm gonna poke my head down in there and say, guys, hurry up. What are you waiting for? Just leave the spider alone and come up here. We have to go. And I'll ready an action. If the spider makes an appearance, I scream at it.
Scream at it. Several seconds pass. You don't see any sign of the spider. It is Rias's turn.
Rias's turn. That's me. Rias is going to exit the room.
All right. You exit the room, sort of stumble into the next room, moving very slowly. The world is just spinning around you. At the end of your turn, I do need you to make another fortitude save.
Awesome. 19 on the die for a 27.
27 is a success. You move down to stage 2 of the poison. You are now clumsy 2 and slowed 1, and you only take 11 points of poison damage.
Only 11. That's good. That's super. Okay.
Hawk.
Hawk's gonna give just a quick command to Ajax to get out of the cave.
Okay. You yell down to Ajax to run, and he seems kind of hesitant at first, but knows it's the right move. Turns and leaves the cave through the crevice.
And did Ooptsy climb the ladder?
Yes, everybody is up the ladder.
Yeah, then I think Hawk would say, we can go, and kind of back up towards the door.
Sure,
I mean,
yeah.
He's not gonna be the first one. It's just, yeah, he wants to still kind of have a bead into the room, but yeah.
All right, yeah, you back up. You're with Moondust, Rias, and yeah, and you guys are there just in the doorway of that next room. Pipa, it is your turn. Everybody seems to be retreating.
I'll go into the room.
All right, you exit the room. Ooptsy.
I mean, if we're all in the room, I'm shutting the door.
All right, you get into the room. You shut the door behind you. Moondust. Looking around, it looks like the danger has passed for now, though you do see that Rias is swaying on his feet, moving incredibly slowly. His normally lustrous scales are shriveling and he's shedding scales onto the floor.
Our friend is hurt. Can anybody help him?
I can't do any of my spells.
We have to find her then. We have to go. We have to find
Or am I going to take any more damage to him? Because there's one spell I can cast.
There is a very good possibility you'll take more damage depending on your save. It is your action. What do you do?
Well, it's going to take a full minute to cast it, but I was going to cast Restoration on myself.
Okay.
So
the poison is much faster acting than that.
Mm-hmm.
I will need you to make another fortitude save.
That takes me to a 19.
19 is a failure. You move back down to stage 3 of the poison. You're going to take 9 points of poison damage. You are clumsy 3 and slowed 2.
And unconscious.
Unconscious and dying. Hawk, you see Rias just fall flat on his face. You know he got bit by this spider. You know that it is not looking good for him. What do you do?
Hawk's gonna pull out his minor healing potion and just shove it in Rias's mouth.
All right. You administer a potion. Go ahead and roll the healing on that.
All right. That's D8. So 8.
Ooh.
Oh, nice. All right, Hawk, you help out quite a bit. Pipa, is there anything you can do?
I can't. I'm a dinosaur.
Oopsie.
Not without 10 minutes, or I can do a medicine check on him, but I don't have a kit.
All right. Moondust, is there anything you can do?
Nope.
All right,
Unless
Rias.
you'll let me take another. Unless you'll let me draw upon the first world again.
No. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Since there doesn't seem to be anybody else who can help you, Rias, we're just gonna play out these next couple of rolls quick time. Seconds are gonna pass very quickly. You are conscious now. You have this potion bottle being fed to you. You're barely conscious, but I do need another fortitude save from you.
Okay. I do have an elixir of life. I will pull that out when nothing's
you
happening.
can take that, yeah.
Good. That is a 17 on the die for a 24.
24 is a success. You move from stage 3 to stage 2. You take 6 points of poison damage.
Okay.
4.
Okay. So
Hawk, do you have anything else you can do for him?
I mean, would a medicine kit help?
If you have a medicine kit and you want to treat poison, it'll give him a bonus on his saves.
Okay, I'll try that.
All right, make a medicine check against the DC of the poison, and if you're successful, he'll get a +2 bonus to his next save against it.
Come on, dice. 21.
21. That is 22 is a
13.
success.
Oh.
What?
13 plus 9. Yeah, 22.
Okay, 22. That's a success. So we move back around to Rias again. You get the elixir of life. I know is also going to give you a plus. Was it a lesser or a minor or lesser?
That was just a minor one.
All right, so that's going to give you a +1 bonus. And Hawk's helping you. He's got these like anti-venoms and stuff, and he's trying his best to like bleed out the wound and try all these things. So you're going to get a total of a +3 to your fortitude save against this poison. Go ahead and make it.
There you go. 18.
It's a failure.
Wait, don't you have mercies?
I used them already.
Oh, I mean, I'll give
That
him.
is. You take. It's not so bad this time. 9 points of poison damage, but you are at stage 3 again.
Can you take my mercy?
No, he can't. Yeah, he could take your mercy to reduce some of the damage.
Minus.
I'm working on him.
So okay, well I'm down again. I'm at dying 2.
Dying 2.
Even with an extra 3 health?
Is he still poisoned?
Yes, the poison still appears to be coursing through his veins.
So I still don't have 10 minutes to.
No. It's all going to come down to a couple of things.
I give him mouth to mouth.
Full health.
So Hawk, you see that Rias is dying.
Yeah.
You can try to treat the poison again. You feel like the poison, it's almost worked its way through its system, but it still has one more round before it's reached its maximum duration.
Mm-hmm.
You can try to treat the poison and try to save him from that. Or you can try to stabilize him because he is dying. Both of those things are very serious for him, but you only have time to fix one or the other.
I think Hawk would just be focused on the poison because that's part of the kit he's working with.
All right. So go ahead and make a treat wounds.
Come on.
Or sorry, not treat wounds, but treat poison.
Yeah, that's not gonna do it. It's only 15.
It's tough. You're not able to help him at all. Rias, we are once again on one of the most important rounds and rolls in your character's life. The first thing you have to do is, because you're dying, you have to make a dying check.
Yes.
You are dying 2, so you need 12 on the die or higher.
Yep.
Or you move to dying 3.
No. That is a 9 on the die.
You are at dying 3. And now, unfortunately, regardless of what you roll on your save, the poison will deal damage to you. And when you take damage while you are dying, you'll move down the track. You all watch as Rias takes a final shuddering breath, opens his eyes to look at Ooptsy one last time. Do you have a last word, Rias?
I just look at him and say, I'm somewhat okay. Because I have die hard, so I die at dying 5!
Oh, you're at dying 4. Go ahead and make your
What?
save. This is still tricky, but you do
I
need to
know.
make a fortitude save.
I don't want to look.
Gotta look.
That's an 11.
11. Okay. So you take damage. So you are at dying 4.
Mhm.
So we come back around to your round, our Hawk. You get one more chance. You can try to stabilize Rias.
Stabilize.
This is wild.
What do I need to do?
You're trying to stabilize him. The DC is equal to 10 plus his dying condition. He's at dying 4, so it's a DC 14 medicine check to stabilize him.
Good night. Oh! Wait, medicine check, right?
Medicine, yeah.
15. 15.
You manage to stabilize Rias.
God.
He's at the very edge of death. Dying 4, but he has that die hard feat that I totally forgot about. Survives for another day.
I love you, Nathan!
Yes!
This is wild.
Oh my God.
Talk about some 11th hour luck. I think we're going to have to call it for the night. That is the end of our adventure tonight. We'll have to pick this up another time and see if you guys can make it through to sneak your way through Unicorn School and get these 2 clowns healed up.
Oh my
Because
god.
we are out of time and I am out of my mind. I thought for certain Rias was dead and he pulls Die Hard out of nowhere. Fantastic. Fantastic.
Oh,
I mean-
right there on my character sheet.
If
Die
Rias
hard.
would
I
have
know.
died,
I remembered that you took it.
if Rias
I
would have
remember
died,
that
it
you
would have
took
been
it.
so bad because he died essentially trying to save me.
Yeah.
So we would have
Ah.
broken like 3 characters at one time, Jim.
That was wild.
Oh, man.
That's it for heroic endeavors tonight because I can't even right now. I will let you all know before we go that it is almost the end of heroic endeavors for a while. We are coming up. We've got let's see, we're doing an episode next week. No worries. We will be here next week. We will be here on the 20th. We're not going to be here after that for a while because obviously the holidays are going to hit. We're going to take a break. We're going to go on hiatus like a lot of our other content. However, I'm not going to make any announcements here, but if you are looking for more Jim Jam Run content, I will tell you that coming up, you're going to have an opportunity to get your fix. I'll let the announcements go out, but I just will hint that something big is coming out of the woodwork here pretty soon. You're going to still get to see some games run by old Jim Jam.
Nice.
Coming up soon. Do not forget, Owl Creek Ridge is going to be ending soon as well. So do not, or did it? Was it?
No,
final
done.
episode?
Done.
Yeah, it was its final episode.
Yeah,
so-
we saved the
yeah,
day.
It was the final episode. I thought you had one more, but no, it's
was like,
Department
what?
of Mysteries that has one. Department of Mysteries that has one more.
One
So
more.
make sure that
One
you
more,
tune
maybe.
in. Do not miss the finale
Oh yeah.
of Department of Mysteries. There's going to be another one of them sweet giveaways that episode. So make sure that you're tuning in, doing all the things you need to do to get those giveaways going. We've got things in space on Saturday, so don't miss that. Tomorrow night, you'll get to see Katie in a not so sparkly character. She gets to play the other side of the coin tomorrow and actually kill things and be dark and broody. It's just super cool. I don't know. I think that might be. I think we're kind of in like a chill spot with our content right now. So I think that might be it for a bit. So yeah, that's our schedule. Saturday and next Thursday, and then next Friday, and then you guys can take a breather. You know, build up that anticipation for the next time when we have a full schedule again. Thank you guys so much for joining us. All those bits and donations, of course,
They helped.
made all the difference once again.
Yes.
Dang. I did not expect that spider to be as brutal as it was, but man, that was nasty business. Those scarecrows too.
Oh,
They needed
man.
every bit of the help We will resolve these lingering issues in the upcoming episodes, so don't you worry. I'll get one of them yet pretty soon. Until then, good night, everybody.
Aw.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for playing with me, of course, you guys down there. It was a good time.
Thanks,
See
Jim.
y'all later.
Thanks, Jim.
Have a
Bye,
good night,
friends.
Bye,
everybody.
We love
friends.
you all.
Love you guys. Good night.